All right, welcome everybody to the 2 hours of Spa. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go here for round 5 of our Season 7 GCBC season here, and it's looking like it's going to be a pretty close one with pretty much all the teams back on the grid and raring to go. Let's get a little view of what we are waiting for here and a little look at the track. But while we wait for everybody to join up, we can talk to a couple of the drivers. And race winner Kimmy, looking forward to this one, mate. Long 2 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, it's looking good. Car is very quick, especially on the straights. Of course, with Kate not being here today, but we've heard that Falcon is also really good on pace. Car driver, new car, feeling very quickly. Same with Toomey, so it's going to be very competitive out there today.
Yep, and speaking of Toomey, of course, you're not in the Shadow Racing team, but looking to score some better points today after plenty of DNFs and just a miserable start for Kanori.
Yeah, hopefully something positive to get from a race finally.
Yep, have you got any specific plans coming into this one, or are you just going to try not to crash pretty much?
Well, at first, of course, first objective is to just make it through the 2 hours, but of course the car is quick. Like looking at previous round, it's quicker than before, so we could very much be looking at a definite podium and maybe even a win here.
Yep, any thoughts on how your teammate will perform?
No idea, actually. I believe he's done good amounts of practice. He might be slightly quicker than me here today, but we don't know really.
Okay, and I'm guessing Falling Falcon is in the Catalan racing car, is he?
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. So definitely not going to be the easiest race, let's put it that way. Has his pace looked good, or?
It's looked okay. Of course, he could go slightly faster, possibly, because he's in a Catalan car, which is believed to be the fastest car right now. So he can go faster with it, but he's okay in pace.
Yeah, someone to keep an eye on to potentially throw things into the mix. And Rob, just finally, got, well, both of you, Rob and Train, got the trainers. Do you think you'll be able to extract much out of them today? It's meant to be a good car on paper.
I'm just trying to looking to keep it clean today. And if I can extract a good result, I'll try. But it's just about keeping it clean for my first race.
Yeah. And Train, much from yourself?
Yeah, pretty similar, to be honest. Just trying to survive, get some points after disqualifications.
Yep. All right. Well, good luck to everybody that's here, and hopefully I won't be talking to too many of you mid-race. And yeah, good luck on your quali and your race. But we can come back into the commentary box now. Alongside me once again for this 2 hours of Spa is Vayavi. How are you feeling ahead of this one, mate? Lots more cars on the grid this time.
Yeah, a lot more. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Spa is always a pretty cool circuit to watch people race on, especially in BeamGP. A lot of teams that haven't been able to race in Laguna Seca now have a chance to win a lot of points. And yeah, I have a lot of hopes for some underdogs such as Novena's team McKenna Racing. Yeah.
Yep. So of course, last time out, several cars got disqualified before we could get going. So we ended up only with what, like 3-4 teams on the grid. But the grid is absolutely packed for this one. We've got at least 6 different teams, I believe, getting ready to line up for this one, and the likes, of course, being Shadow Racing. I'm not too sure what the state of the standings are, but we know Shadow Racing is a race-winning capable car, of course, and something big for the guys in the championship contention. Matteo Catalan won't be here today, so he's got a pretty equal replacement in the form of Falling Falcon, but Catalan Racing definitely won't have as good of a chance of scoring points as they might have otherwise, and that's important because this is an endurance race. What do endurance races give us more of, Vayavi?
A lot of points.
There you go, exactly that. And yeah, well, we can watch on board with a couple of practice laps here and just see how the cars make their way around while we wait for qualifying and everybody to load into the server. But Yeah, have you been keeping up with the timing at all? Have you seen who's competitive, who's slow, who might struggle? What have you seen? What do you know?
I mean, with Caddy missing from this, I think Jamie has my bet on winning this race. He has been one of, if not the fastest driver in BeamGP. And with this lineup, I don't think he will have a lot of competition going into the 2 hours of Spa.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be interesting to see which of the Shadow Racing cars is quicker again this time around. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but we've seen Jamie has actually been able to match Kibby a bit, has he not? I think Kibby, of course, has been ill on a couple of weekends. But, yeah, Jamie's really stepped up his game in terms of pace. And I think both drivers are hitting the ceiling of what they can do in that car.
Yeah, competitive with each other, as we saw in Laguna Seca and previous races. Well, not in Laguna Seca, since Kimi was absolutely ahead of Jamie. But what are your thoughts about today's race?
I'm actually quite excited. I think a lot of the drivers, they've done it for some of the other races where they've kind of hyped up, you know, what's going to happen. But I think a lot of them all genuinely believe that today is going to be a really close race and there's going to be a close fight between the top four. So I'm just hoping they fight for a decent bit of time. We might even get a bit of drama out of it. What I don't want to see is any race-ending crashes, especially early on. I don't want to see this race lose its spark.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's pretty easy to lose it. Coming into the first Eau Rouge, the most iconic sequence of turns, I think, in racing in general. A lot of cars may struggle there, especially with the side-by-side battles, and it's gonna be certainly a test of speed for many teams. This is a speed circuit nonetheless.
Yep, and well, you can see just how performance intensive this race is going to be on drivers and, well, even our hardware as well. As you saw that just in how long it took to simply load in everybody's cars here, and even one getting a lot of desync. I don't know if you can see the stream behind me, but Mikalox's car is just a pancake. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just go through and make sure everyone's loaded and that we got as much FPS as possible. Might have to turn a few graphics down actually, so have a look, see what I can reduce. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting race for sure. We're in for a treat, I think. Let's see if there's anything else I can turn off here. Any more FPS from doing that? Let me try going full screen quickly, if that helps. Any extra frames from that? No, I've got so much input delay right now, it's insane. This is, let's hope we don't get this for the entire race. How's your PC holding up?
Sorry, I was away.
How's your PC holding up? I got a lot of input delay right now.
Pretty well, a lot of desync, but I don't think that's the
Let's try and
PC
load in
problem.
some more cars quickly. I think I'm running a smooth 40 frames, something like that. Just to make sure the stream's okay as well. I'm
currently running 80, but that's pretty laggy, a lot of FPS drops.
Goodness. What is going on? This car's exploding on my... There's a bunch of cars just exploded on my screen. Alright, well, we're still waiting to start here. And I might even do a cheeky game restart here, I can't lie. This is intense, bloody hell. I think because a lot of cars... and you guys all reset your cars. My PC is dying. We might have to chop off a little bit of a stream. To be fair, the stream looks fine. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but the actual stream quality seems okay.
I mean, yeah, this...
I might hit a total...
Yeah. I can.
Let me see if I can hit a Oh my goodness me! I don't know. This is ridiculous. I might need a. I don't know if race control's listening. I might need a tow all potentially to fix this. This is quite tragic. We understand we're not going to have any stream if we have this. There we go. Got the checkered flag as being cool. So let's hope that helps out a few things. I think it's the cars being desynced is what's causing the lag. I hope. Oh my god. It's like watching a BeamNG short at the moment. There's no ignoring this. Let's watch a bit of Black Demon while we wait, I suppose. So speaking of, so we said it before Laguna as well, but not only were cars disqualified from competing in those races, but they were disqualified from the season as a whole. So there's lots of teams here that are pretty much starting from zero.
For example, I can't really recall any teams that.
Who got disqualified? So I know Top Dog Racing got disqualified from every round. I think G-Force got disqualified from pretty much all theirs. I don't know. There was a lot of teams ended up with having little to no points, pretty much in the standings. But I think that makes the stakes higher. I think we're going to see potentially more fights in the midfield as a result. So,
yeah.
I mean, do you agree? What do you think of that?
I mean, yeah, certainly. A lot of new teams means always a lot of crashes, first of all. We don't want to see those, but certainly is gonna be really interesting to watch those. Let me just quickly... for some reason, I have no audio now.
Yeah, but I might even think about restarting my game here, just to get a little more speed. Let's see, I'll see if I can give BeamNG some more memory. I'm using 9,000 megabytes of memory on BeamNG. See if we can get a little more here. Might lag a tiny bit. See any better FPS? Wow, my FPS is bad. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna restart my game. Let's see if we can get some better performance here.
I don't have any audio.
Yeah, you might need to restart as well.
Sorry?
So look.
Oh, top down, you mean?
Oh, for some reason Skate is still open in the background. That would be helping. What? And Microsoft Edge. Get out of here, bro. Alright, game restart. Let's see if I can get a few more frames here. Are you hitting a restart as well?
I don't think so. The audio is not really a huge concern to me.
Actually, there are quite a few people in the chat here. Let's read a few messages while we wait. Just turn off shadows. Ate in the chat as well, watching the race. Yeah, we will be getting underway shortly, guys. Don't worry, we're just trying to make sure the experience is as good for you guys as possible because there are just so many cars today and lots of drivers wanting to take the big points out of this one. But yeah, we're actually so we're gonna have realistic time of day as well. So we're gonna have a transition from afternoon to evening, and so expect to see the sun setting at some point as well. And yeah, it's gonna be a busy 2 hours. I think. I mean, are you? What do you think it could possibly play out? I mean, it's hard to say yet because we haven't had qualifying, but do you think anyone's going to be too silly? Or, I mean, we saw drama with Kate and Shadow last time out.
Oh, of course, there's going to be a lot of crashes, I think. The endurance race is always a test of cars and drivers.
Yeah.
And
right, I think... Sorry, I think we can get into it now. So qualifying has started. I believe everyone's on their out laps. I'd assume so because they're all bunched up together. So let's just have a look at everybody. We'll do camera angles, I think, during the session and afterwards. Whoa, Kimi Dukunda already going off at the start of quali here, and that is damage that he'll have to repair in the pits. And it's a long lap time round here. It's over 2 minutes, and he's going to lose a lap simply just by crashing there. That was a silly mistake to make at the beginning here. The Shadows definitely need a good qualifying after making some mistakes. Who else needs a good qualifying? I think Kanori Motorsport for sure. So that's car driver and Toomey over Turi. Let's have a look at the drivers that we do have actually. We've got Lola as well, I think, driving for Top Dog Racing. Mika Locks in the G-Force racing car. Toomey over Turi and Kanori. We've got Jamiroquai for Shadow, who we are watching at the moment. Then Govinda for G-Force. Rob for Treno. Kimi Dukunda for Shadow. Seas for McKenna. Car driver for Kanori. Tuna for Catalan. Falling Falcon for Catalan. And then Black Demon for G-Force and Train for Treno as well. Well, let's watch the first lap here with Jamie. And very close to the wall there. What can you tell us about these first few corners, Viavi?
Coming into the first corner, named La Source. That's just a huge breaking point. You need to really nail it. A lot of carnage could be expected there. Then heading into the infamous Rouge. Could be a lot of battles there, and pretty dangerous ones, especially on last 10 minutes where everything is really intense. Heading to the Camel Straight, really long straight. Basically just need to push the gas and pray you're not gonna die. And the second sector seems pretty self-explanatory, just corners.
Yeah, this is like the corner that goes on and on forever as you come through this section. Quite easy to understeer off, I'd say, as well, and go into that gravel there. And trust me, once you're in the gravel round here, there is no stopping it. You are almost certain to be heading towards a barrier if you're carrying too much speed. Rob saying in chat that they need to split qualifying, and Falling Falcon has caused another yellow out there. VRV, if you could stay on top of the yellows and let us know what's happening with those guys, because of course if you have a crash then you're going to really struggle to get a timing round here with how short qualifying is. You can see some outlaps already on the board from the likes of Seas, Black Demon, Falcon and Mika Locks, and Jamie will be getting a slipstream this entire lap, but we'll also be getting dirty air. And I think it's interesting to see the fact that he hasn't caught Lola too much on this lap, and that definitely tells a bit of a sign, or gives away a bit of a sign about what his pace might be like for this race. But now coming through the third sector now and along this back straight where it gets quite dark from all of the trees and into the bus stop chicane. Famous, of course, and iconic. And coming out the last corner now up to the line, it will be a shortish run for the Shadow Racing car. What is the first time for him? It's a 2 minute 10.238. And I said Lola was similar pace. He goes just a second off of that. And I just need to change my UI here as well to make sure that we have updating UI constantly. There we go, that's a bit better. So you can see it's Jamie from Seas, then Car Driver who's crossed the line, then Train, Mika Locks, Toomey, Black Demon, Falling Falcon are all the ones to set times so far. So I think Falling Falcon is in the Shadow. Falling Falcon's in the Shadow Racing car here. What's going on here? I wonder if this is a mistake here, because of course you're only allowed to run 2 drivers. I think Falling Falcon actually is genuinely in the wrong car here. That's something to keep an eye on. Who else have we got out there? Oh, Jamie's causing a yellow. He's gone off at the Lecombe chicane, so he won't be setting an improvement on this time around. I think Seas has gone out there and done a 2 minute 10.661. Incredibly impressive from the McKenna racing car, who have finally bought legal upgrades to this race. And as for sure, something to keep an eye on, as Kimi Dukunda is also on his flying lap at the moment, and he is another one who needs to show good pace. Drivers kind of all over the place here at the moment with just under a minute and a half to go, Harvey.
Yeah, it's it's really interesting to me that McKenna is actually drivable, I guess. Half a second from Jammy is not that bad actually for a backmarker like this. Um, I mean, what could they possibly bring to the race? Let's see.
Exactly that. And car driver pushing hard in front of Kimmy, taking a little bit of sand as Kimmy now also makes his way into sector 3 and through these corners here. Who dares to go flat, especially in the dirty air again? Another one easy to understeer off and hit some nasty potholes inside the gravel. Let's keep an eye on the timing and the finish line this time so we can catch cars coming across and see who's going to set improvements as we near the end of quali and who's going to get one more lap in as well. So we're going to see Lola come across the line first. What will his time be? Watch the timing tower forward improvement. He goes from a 2-minute 11.5 to a 2-minute 12.2. Can C's do anything to improve? A 10.6 it was for him, and it's 11.1. Jamie also across the line. He won't be improving this lap. Can car driver improve on this one? He does. He improves from a 10.8 to a 10.4 and jumps to P3. As Kimi Dekunda jumps up to first place and takes provisional pole for now. And I don't think these drivers down here are going to be able to set another time. So for Black Demon and for Falling Falcon and for iCrafter, this is it for their qualifying. Black Demon currently on a 2-minute 13.3. Can he do anything to improve? How many positions can he climb, or will he fail to gain any at all? Across the line for the GeForce racing car, he stays P7 at best. So that will be the best position that Black Demon gets, and he may even fall down from there. Rob has made a mistake on his final lap, and he's had to tow back to the pits. It's going to be P11 at best for him. He didn't get a lap time in as Crafter crosses the line. Can Crafter do anything to improve? No, Crafter also not even in the top 11 there. Nothing to improve. What about Tudor from Hell, who's also in a shadow racing car? I'm not sure what's going on there with there being 4 shadows on the grid. Tudor from Hell, only P11, 4.9 seconds off of Kimi Dekunda, the provisional pole time. Falling Falcon, another one who should be driving for Catalan, up to the line. What can he do? It's P6. It's a good improvement for him, but still 2.1 seconds off the pace. Only a 2-minute 11.8. Viavi, do you know it? Do you know why they're in shadow racing cars?
No idea. I thought that was desync, but after reloading everyone, I don't know. It's not desync for sure. There might be some kind of a lag, but I don't even know actually.
Yeah, something weird happening here then, but we've got our final drivers making their way up to the line now. Keep an eye on what Lola and C's do, because C's and Lola have actually looked reasonably competitive here and in front of the likes of GeForce Racing, of Train Raider in the Traino, and even in front of a couple others like Falling Falcon. But we're riding aboard with Jammy and the cars behind him of Kimi Dekunda and car driver. We're keeping an eye on their progress as Jammy makes his way through the bus stop now. Can he do anything to beat his teammates? Currently 6 tenths adrift, which is a much bigger gap than what we've seen for most of this season. Jammy will be looking to improve here. What time can he improve to? He doesn't. He doesn't improve at all. Kimi Dekunda crosses the line. He does an 8.9. That's a big improvement for him, and that's going to disrupt car driver's chances of getting pole, and he's not able to. He only does a 2-minute 16. Toomey manages to recover a bit at the end there and get a better position for Kanori. He jumps up to P7, but that is it for qualifying. That is pretty much all of the drivers. Last 2 cross the line. And so for qualifying, it's Kimi Dekunda for Shadow Racing once again. They take a 1-2, and they are on pole position and the front row. Kanori Motorsport once again have a very good qualifying. Car driver in P3. McKenna Racing comes out of nowhere and sets a 2-minute 11.1 to snatch away P4. Then Lola, Falling Falcon, Toomey over Tui, Train Raider, Black Demon, Mika Locks, and Tudor from Hell at the bottom here. Let's just extend the leaderboard to make sure we've got every car included here. And just a quick on-the-fly change. Do I need to move fastest lap? Yes, I do. Let's do that quickly. But thoughts and feelings for RV?
Really expected from C as a Lola. P4, P5 with a pretty strong times. I feel like Tommy has a lot of problems. He did not recover from past 3 rounds. I feel he has a lot of technical problems with his PC. That might be the reason with that pretty slow time, especially for a pretty quick car as Kanori. Well, we can see that it's probably not the car's fault, since car driver has P3 with, I mean, a pretty good time, I would say. But again, Kimi, amazing job with qualifying.
Yeah.
Nothing to say.
So we actually are missing 2 cars from the server, so I'm just gonna quickly try and actually need to upload the files myself. So I'll just try and get that done quickly. If you can continue discussing about what we've just had, and I'll try and get this done as fast as I can in the background.
Of course. Well, I've heard there's a lot of rumors and new updates within the teams. There is going to be a planned GeForce update. They're coming up with Evo package, so for the next couple of rounds, we can only guess of what will be the pace of it. Novena, I think he did an amazing job with developing a new car. C's P4, really nothing else to say. Absolute cinema here. With the worst car on the grid, they've built a new car from ground up with the help of Jammy and Caddy, of course. But it's pretty fascinating. Yeah, it is a pretty cool season to watch. Pretty cool to watch all of them race. And if you enjoy the racing, you can click down the description and join our Discord server, where you have a chance of actually participating in those kind of races. Other than
Predictions.
That, I mean,
what are you thinking based on this grid? We're going to get a server restart so we can have Falling Falcon and Tuner in the correct cars. That was very generous of Shadow Racing to allow them to borrow their car for qualifying there. But how do you predict, let's say, the first corner on the first lap? Who's going to try and do what, and what could happen?
Well, with Caddy not being around, I think Shadow Racing are going to be P2, P1. I think the main fights are going to be in the midfield, especially with car driver C's showing some good performance, and potentially Tuner from Hell. I mean, to be fair, he had the wrong car and set it up. I mean, not that bad of a time, honestly. I think he has a lot of chances, especially with his car. For the first couple of laps, I think we're gonna see maybe C's really good defending, and some fights between car driver and Jammy, for sure. Oh, what are your thoughts?
Perfect timing. Just finished doing the fix that I needed to. So, right, let me restart everything. Yeah, so we're just going to get a restart after we get the correct cars on the server. So let me see here. Kimi, Jammy, car driver, C's. I think C's is going to play it very safe, so I don't think C's is super aggressive. That could potentially lead to a mess behind him because he might bottle people up, cause a bit of chaos. I think Lola's of a similar mindset. Toomey just needs to score points. Kanori just need to get some points on the table. They were meant to be championship contenders, and you know, as a result of everything that's happened, they've just been nowhere near. Hopefully my audio's not too laggy right now. For the likes of Govinda and Crafter, not even getting a time in along with Rob. That's pretty disappointing. That GeForce Racing car clearly looked okay and good enough to be in the let's say top 7. So yeah, there's work to do for people. Some people, I'm not really sure, because it's an endurance race, right? And everybody kind of knows that, like, you should take it easy at the start of endurance. So I think we're going to see a lot of that pretty much. Kimi Dekunda, though, I know was not going to take, it will take all of his risks. He's not going to take it easy.
Yeah, of course, certainly.
So yeah, we just finished qualifying then. If you're just joining us, or you've missed anything, we're getting ready to start the race. So let's have a look at the live chat. Jeremy saying, live, laugh, love, track limits. Just saw a crazy crash on the IMSA race. Kate mentioning how the cars have disappeared. People commenting on the lap times as well. And yeah, if you enjoy what you see, make sure you subscribe or follow on whatever you're watching. If you get bored, you can always change your mind afterwards. And yeah, it helps support us and keep us growing as one of the biggest BeamNG sim racing communities. Right, reloading into the server. This will probably take a few minutes, so feel free to grab some popcorn, get your drinks, get ready for the race start, because I'm sure that'll be exciting. Me and VRV will be waiting to take you guys all through it. And yeah, so we saw a couple. I told you to have a look at those yellow flags in quali as well. Did you catch any of what was happening there? Who made mistakes? How they made mistakes?
Oh yeah, I think I'm pretty sure iCrafter spun it going into the campus, turn 13. He recovered from the wall and finished in his respectable, like what, P8, P10? Yeah. Other me missing the breaking point coming into the turn 7, nearly colliding with Waller. But yeah, pretty clean qualifying, I guess.
Yeah, we got a message from Race Control. So Tuner, Falcon, Crafter and Rob will be given 2 laps to set a time, and then their times will be added to the board, and the slowest 2 drivers will be eliminated. We've got Race Control in the VC actually, so I wonder if you're there, Byron, and you're able to talk us through what's going to happen here.
Yeah, so there's a slight issue during the setup of the server, so we've just gone again, and the drivers that either didn't set a time in the wrong car, or set a time outside of the 107% will get a chance to go again. They'll get an out lap and 2 flying laps, and then they'll be added to the classification based on the lap times of everyone from both sessions. The slowest 2 drivers will be eliminated and not able to start the race.
All right then, so we're going to have a cap on how many people can race then, pretty much.
Yeah, the cap is 12 people for the start.
Interesting. So definitely higher stakes then for sure. I've also seen Govinda say he isn't even registered, so that'd be interesting. Govinda won't be driving then, even if he does get up to speed. So a lot at stakes then for these bottom guys. And considering it's endurance and there's big points on the table, that's throws a bit of a spanner into the works for them. Oh, I'm on deafened. Been put onto deafen. I don't know if that's Did you get put onto deafen now? Is that just me? I'm not sure if you applied. I didn't hear anything. Anyways. Yeah, so just waiting for things to go then, and we will see it. People tell me to turn off shadows, but my graphics card is fine. It's about how many cars there is in the field here.
Definitely very quick.
Okay. I think Race Control just talking to my co-commentator. And yeah, just waiting for things to get going then pretty much. Actually, I can set up camera angles while we're here, I suppose. So, yes, just waiting to get going. Oh, big Italian flag on the back of that G-Force racing car. It's a nice touch. McKenna's big surprise. I'm very impressed with C's getting up into second into 4th in qualifying. That's incredibly impressive. Falling Falcon's car is completely black. It's interesting. But the Catalan cars are now correctly in the server, so that's important. Let's get Mika Lox's camera up. One's not on the list. Remove your car. Just waiting for race control. So Tuner from Hell will go to the pit exits. Falling Falcon will join him. And Govinda and Crafter. And Rob mentioned as well. So these guys will all get to start again pretty much. I don't know if the green flag's been waved, but they think it's time to go out, so they are going. We do have the cameras set up correctly now. Oh, red flag. There we go. They weren't actually meant to go out yet, I don't think. Getting a little bit eager. This black team has got a wobbly rear wing. A bit like the Alpine one. I'm going to put the camera down here, actually. It's a bit nicer. But yeah, am I still on deafen? Still on deafen. Can't actually talk to my co-commentator here while we wait.
You're back, Alfie.
How comes? Were you just explaining something to VRV or?
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, so we're just waiting to go, as mentioned. And let's see here. So we got Falling Falcon out of the pits, Tudor from Hell, and that's Crafter's car I can hear mistakenly, and then Rob. So these guys, including Black Demon, I'm seeing on the timing screen as well. I'm not sure if he's meant to be there. Will all be going around again. So yeah, they'll get 2 laps to do this, and to make sure they don't make a mistake this time. And we can see in the background there, Tudor from Hell behind his teammate. I wonder if these two will potentially try and play some slipstream games. I expect these two to, you know, get into the top 7 pretty easily, I think. So I think it's going to be... It might even be guaranteed Crafter and Rob get knocked out here and actually won't be able to enter the race. What do you think of that, Velvet?
It just all comes down to who's the slowest driver, honestly. No offense.
Do you think I think the Catalans have got a much better chance, surely?
I mean, yeah, true. That's true. They have the fastest car, one of the fastest at least.
Yeah.
So probably maybe P3, P1 even. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we will just wait for these guys to go around. It's going to take about an extra, what, 5 minutes or so? And then hopefully we can get underway for the start of the 2-hour race. Race control, will we have a formation lap? Will it be a rolling start?
It is always a rolling start.
So we will still get
Always
that around here. So yeah, that's again another thing to look forward to. You don't quite get the drama of a standing start, but you get people potentially making mistakes and being out of position. And the long out lap is almost over for these 4. And into the last corner, there you go. And we will get underway for the first lap. So we can ride on board with Tudor from Hell as he follows his teammate in the distance and gets a distant tow. Down to turn 1, brakes pretty late, max pressure, and gets the car turned. He's actually a bit hesitant on what to do with the throttle pedals there, and a bit of oversteer on the exit, but he manages to stay touching the curb, and that is the requirement for track limits now up towards the daring Eau Rouge and Radian section, and a bit of grass from his teammate in front, and it's absolutely flat for Tudor and presumably Falling Falcon as well, but that was almost a corner cut for Tudor, and that would, he might even lose a lap time there if he did exceed track limits, and that would potentially put him out unless he's able to improve on his second lap. Reminder, these guys are going to do 2 laps here to try and earn a spot for the race. And out of the 4 of them, 2 of them will be eliminated. So Tudor from Hell, Rob, Falling Falcon and Crafter, all those drivers on the left-hand side of your screen, fighting for their position in the race here. And, oh well, I think it's going to easily go to the Catalan cars. But we will see now heading downhill towards Pillon. And we can watch how Tudor from Hell takes this one. It's a bit of a break. And back onto the throttle, but keeps it track limits nicely, Valby.
Honestly, no comments. I'm just looking at the map, the whole circuit. I don't
All
see
right.
anyone driving.
Have you got 2 monitors? Have you got 2 monitors?
I got my tablets.
Alright, make sure you got the stream on one of them then. And you can see what's going on. But yeah, right now, back up the back straights through Sector 3 here. Of course, the dark section of the track obscured by the trees and the environment at Spa. And now up towards the bus stop chicane for the penultimate time here. Braking hard braking late at the start of the curb and getting it turned in. Looked a little bit unsettled for Julia. He still doesn't look completely confident. It's not the way we'd see Matteo Catalan drive the car around, that's for sure. Let's see what the time is though. It's a 2-minute 10.4 and a 2-minute 10 flat, so it was pretty quick for Tudor. And you have to say that's probably going to guarantee them a spot in the race here and knock Rob and Crafter out. Let's see what those guys are up to. Rob's going to cross the line now. Crafter set a 13 flat and Rob didn't even set a time. So that speaks for itself almost. If it continues that way, then we will see both Catalan racing cars take part in this one, and we will lose one Treno and the Villa Motorsports, the newest entry in GCWC. And look at that, Rob absolutely fighting everything to try and keep it within the track limits. And oh, there we go. His lap time's actually, oh, I'm using the wrong UI, aren't I? Let me just change over quickly. So he has set a lap time. He's currently in front of Crafter, and potentially if he can find a second out there, he might be in for a shot at getting past the Catalans as well. And now down into the right-hander here, which seems to go on forever for these guys. A bit of a double apex as well, with the curb on the inside. And, well, I'm no expert, but it doesn't look like he's going particularly much quicker than Catalan. We get what might be a final look at iCrafter as he makes his way through Pillon. And it's just kind of a hard luck for these guys, kind of luck on a draw with the amount of people that are attending. Can't afford to have everybody in this game due to the optimization. And of course, multiplayer is just a mod, so we optimize it as best as we can and then make do with what we've got. Let's see if Crafter's even going flat through this corner. He is able to, so the car pace and performance is there, but yeah, just not getting things hooked up completely. And a 2-minute 13 is quite a way off. Let's see what the Catalans are doing, whether they improve on their already quick lap times. And here we go. Falling Falcon up to line, and Tudor from Hell as well. Falling Falcon does a 9.7 and Tudor does a 9.4. So Tudor's really got his act together here today. And a bit of slipstream in front, distant slipstream from his teammate, helping for sure. I think those two are pretty much going to secure it. Crafter only does a 12.7 and Rob comes up to the line and does an 11.7. So those two are knocked out, and we will not see one Scuderia Treno and one Villa Motorsports car in the 2 hours of Spa here. Predictable or brutal? What do you make of that, Vayavi?
Honestly, I wouldn't actually predict that. I mean, no idea actually why Black Demon got that over time. It's certainly interesting. Certainly things to look after in this race.
I think everyone's deleted their cars as well to try and save performance, so we are going to get the mess of everybody reloading again, which is frustrating. I did ask them not to, but here we are. We'll have to redo all of the camera angles once again. Load race setups. Race control gives you instruction. And we will finally, after almost 45 minutes, get ready for the start of this one. And yeah, well, we'll get a confirmation of the grid once again. And let's hope I don't lose too much performance queuing everybody in. Seems to struggle with queuing cars in BeamNG.
Alright, but what are your predictions going into this 2 hours of Spa?
I think it's going to be super interesting. I think Kimi is going to try and fly away if he can. Like I said, I think Cesar and Lola are going to, maybe not on purpose, but back to pack up with how cautious they are. I'm interested to see how Jammy and Car Driver take things, because, of course, Jammy is in between his teammate Kimi and the Kanori Motorsport behind. The Kanoris, of course, just kind of need to bag some points, so they might even play it safe as well. It's going to be a lot of people trying to manage risk on the opening laps, is my prediction. What about yourself?
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, there's a lot of more defensive drivers that has qualified in the first 6 places, so I think we'll see a lot of held ups going into the first 5 corners.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a camel straight, which is going to basically determine who's going to lead the race, I think.
And a reconfirmation of the grid as well being given in chat. I'll just set all of these camera angles up and we'll go through it in a second. So, I don't know what is up with that wobbly rear wing on the G-Force car. I think it's just Black Demons that has it as well, which is quite amusing. And a GSAD will be racing in the other McKenna as well. I don't know if he qualified, but I think if he did, that would be his debut in GTWC. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, well, get the camera mounted on Jammy's shadow. And I think that is everybody done now. So let's have a look at the grid once again. So it'll be Kimi Dekunda who will start first, then Jammy, then Car Driver C's, Lola, Falling Falcon, Tibia Vaturi, Train Raider, Black Demon, and I think the grid has forgotten to include Tuner and Falling Falcon's new times. So we might just get a reshuffle once again here. And yeah, the pit lane looking incredibly active. It is beautiful to see all of those cars down there for sure. I mean, I wonder if I can get them all in one shot here. It'll just be quite spectacular. I mean, look at that. All in one frame. The GTWC grid for Season 7. Lots of blues, lots of reds. Actually, no, lots of reds, lots of yellows, lots of whites. And not a whole lot of blues, to be fair. I think I see 2 blue cars there in total. And yes, I think to separate a difference, Falling Falcon will be the black Catalan car, and Tuner from Hell will carry the traditional Red Bull livery. And so I will just get the grid set up with the race control commands as usual. GSAD asking if he's racing. I don't remember if he qualified, so I don't know if he's allowed to race. But
I don't think so, actually.
I won't bother race control too much as they're busy doing the commands at the moment. I'll just check my pings in the meantime, though. It's going to be a long formation lap, that's for sure.
Yeah, we long one. I mean, I think it's time to talk about the track itself.
Sure.
Well, it's Spa, amazing circuit. A lot of opportunities for the cars to overtake here, especially in huge straights like Camel Straight or not even in the straights. There's a lot of corners where you need to brake hard, like chicane, bus stop chicane, and yeah, a lot of opportunities here. I mean, what are your?
Well, I think to drive Spa, I think it takes a bit of finesse for sure. It can be quite bumpy at the best of times on this game, anyways. But it's where a driver can really extract, you know, can make the difference. But also, if you've got a car that's good in a straight line, and you know that's such an advantage, then you can gain big lap time on your rivals. Here's our first look at the grid. I think those drivers there in the chat, not knowing that they got knocked out, the likes of GSAD and Crafter, and waiting for the formation lap procedure to begin. So you can see Kimi from... Okay, actually, yeah, let's run through the grid correctly again then. So it's Kimi Dekunda, then who is that?
Yeah, so
Tuner.
Kimi Dekunda, Tuner, and Fallen Falcon.
And then it's Jammy, and then Car Driver. So, right, that plays... that changes things for sure. I think those two are going to take much more risk than potentially Car Driver and Jammy were going to. And the grid just being reset there. And you can see on the back rows we've got the likes of Mikalox, Black Demon, Train Raider, Lola, Toomey. So C's has actually been ended up shuffled back a lot further, and they are like properly in the midfield now, so they don't actually have that many cars to back up. But we're finally getting ready to start here, and we'll get the formation lap here and get ready for the 2 hours of Spa. Oh, and command's just being reset there.
I mean, I guess it's a
TV issue. I mean, this is the most amount of cars we've had in a little while, so understandable that we could see some glitches and some problems. This is still, everything is still modded after all. And but we finally can hear the roar of all of them making their way through turn 1 together for the first time. There goes Kimmy, the Catalans, some of the Canoris, the Trainos, the Top Dog racing cars. And just a reminder from Race Control that it is single file until they get towards the end of the lap. So yeah, I mean, what do you think of the Catalans being sandwiched into P2 and P3 now then?
A lot of pressure on Kimi
to
Dekundo,
Rob.
I think.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on him. Other than that, the grid didn't really change. I mean,
That's why I not qualified, because I did what?
Oh my goodness, intruder in the commentary box. Yeah,
we have
make sure that's locked.
Jammy a little bit separated from his teammate.
Yep.
A lot of I think there is a certain question that someone wants to ask.
Yeah, but I think
demand of
Croft
an
is a
answer.
bit confused how he's not qualified, but I think the rules were clear. If you didn't, it doesn't matter even if you had the time to potentially be on the grid. If you weren't able to beat the other two in the knockout qualifying, then you were just knocked out full stop because of the driver cap.
I think he
And
set
I
it
think-
up the like one pretty good time, 1:12.7.
Yeah, but I think he's forgotten the potential structure of that qualifying knockout. Anyways, qualifying is over, and we were waiting to see these cars and get ready for the rolling start. Let's see what Kate says in chat. He thinks his teammates could have gone for 108, which is interesting. So Catalan Racing, potentially the cars to beat here. Janos saying TDR will win this race, starting from P7. It's a bold claim for sure. But we're finally getting ready to get underway here. And let's hope for a spicy and action-packed start here. Before we get going, if you're excited for this one, make sure you subscribe and like the stream. Follow on whatever platform you are watching. And show some support, because we are getting ready to go. And we are getting ready to go double file here. We will go from afternoon to sunset as well during this race. This is going to be a very interesting start. VRV, make sure you keep an eye on what is going on for me as well. And be Kimi Dekundo, who takes us away from Tuna from Hell, then Falling Falcon, excuse me, and then Jammy and Car Driver will get a good view of this top 5 here, and we might even ride on board with him for the start. One shadow, 2 Catalans, and another shadow to close the sandwich. And we are just getting ready now for the start of the 2 hours of Spa. Halfway through our GTW season here, and the green lights have gone. And Kimi Dekunda's had a pretty good start, and Jammy's just making sure he doesn't overtake before they get to the timing line. But now, making their way down to turn 1, he will be free to go for a move. Falling Falcon is on the inside. You can see in the background, cars getting incredibly close. Oh, and there's a big pile up at turn 1. Jammy has been rolled over. Toomey's involved. Train Raider is involved as well. And I think other cars involved there too include Lola. And Jammy immediately going back into the pits, and a safety car has been called. The race has been neutralised, and Jammy already having to use his free resets on the first lap here. The car just kind of came across him in a way he didn't expect. He carried too much speed and then got hit by the rest of the field, and I think everybody just carried quite a bit of speed into that first corner. Falling Falcon.
I just had the hugest lag spike of my life.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if there's a issue with the system here, but everybody's come to a stop. The throttles, yeah, I wonder, it's almost like a casting red flag almost. But that gives us a moment to check out the positions. The green flag's just been recalled, and I wonder if that's going to get neutralised. But look at that. A drama, absolute drama. Mikalox is in P6. Black Demon is in P7, and Race Control is telling to assume it is safety car conditions. So no overtaking, and they will catch up to the back of Kimi Dukunda. So a bit like a VSC here. Traditional in that sense, in the fact it is controlled by the leading driver. But yeah, dramatic stuff. That's put Jammy and Toomey down at the back, and Lola as well. I think both trainers potentially were involved a little bit. We can see Kimi Dukunda there, then Falling Falcon, then Car Driver, then Tuner, then Seas, Mikalox and Black Demon. So the GeForce Racing cars now together on track, and it's a three-way constructor 1, 2, 3 at the front. So you didn't see what happened at the start then, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah, I have 700 ping at the start. Can you get me up to speed? What is going on?
You know what? I'm going to use the advanced method of going back on the YouTube stream and just seeing what happens there as we wait for things to reset. So I think this is going to behave like an ordinary safety car. So I think they're going to do several laps here. So let's see. So Jammy was going into turn 1. There was a gap in between the Catalans, which he put his nose into, and I think he just got turned in a little bit by Tudor from Hell, and that caused the rest of the field to pile up into him. Yeah, just several cars went into him, including that of Lola and Toomey were the main ones. So yeah, big drama there. The GeForce Racing cars managed to slip up the inside as well. They were almost going 4 wide in the background. Lots of people went very slowly and risk adverse, and like I said, bottled things up as we predicted. And yeah, wow, that's a very dramatic start. Thankfully, it's not a DNF for anybody yet, but that does risk taking the spark out of this race with Jammy having to use a free reset there.
Yeah, just watched the start. Insane start.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, sir?
I mean, just chaotic. I mean, I kind of predicted that, to be fair. It's a little bit sad for Jammy that he needs to use free reset, the only one.
Yeah, well, thankfully for him, it's not an intervention like a full course yellow or a VSC. So that means he can catch up to the rest of the pack, and he doesn't actually lose, you know, realistically, he loses like what? We can look at the distance here. He loses 500 feet to the leading pack, if less than that. And so, yeah, well, they'll make their way through the last corner, and now we're once again going a little bit slower than we anticipated. But I'm not sure when this will be restarted. I think the drivers are probably thinking the same thing, just waiting for instructions. I think Rob might be coming into the pit lane in the background there. Yes, he is. Rob is coming into the pits in the Treno. He's lagging a lot, that's for sure. You can see he's freezing here and there. Clearly not got the PC for this kind of racing here. And, oh, Jammy has also caused a yellow. Nope. Maybe just going a little bit slow to warm things up. But, yeah. Interesting stuff here. And as a car driver and Tudor from Hell also swapping positions. Not much to say then as we wait for a restart here. Of course, acknowledging that chaos at the first corner. Thankfully, no DNFs and no retirements. iCrafter editing, putting a cue there. Just quickly load that in. And yeah, Rob coming out of the pits as well. So I think this will probably be the last lap of race neutralisation. But of course, with it being Spa, it will take a while to get around. You can see their last lap times were 4 minutes. And yeah, this is just going to take us a little while for sure. And yeah, well, it kind of stops us again from getting going here. We almost we get a bit of a spark, it gets exciting, then we take a breather, then we get going again, we take another breather. But I guess something we can mention is tyre wear and tyre warmth here. There's been an update to the way it's been calculated, I think, since we last drove, or potentially 2 races since we last drove. And that's going to have a dramatic effect on how tyres behave and how they handle and how they wear. And so you can see Car Driver here is desperately trying to get a bit more temperature into the tyres here. And of course, take it with a pinch of salt because desync is very prevalent in these races. And so tyre temperatures could be completely different to what we see on our screens. But the likes of, for example, Tuna with completely warm tyres here and almost rear-ending car driver in front. And see what Falling Falcon's like. Falling Falcons are getting a little bit chilly, so he might want to try and put a bit more temperature into those. And Kimi Dekunda with perfectly warm tyres and ready to lead us away once again. Let's have a look at C's in the background. He's currently on about 90% wear, keeping them pretty warm too. Mikolok's also managing it just fine. And I wonder, has Mikolok's got a bit of front end damage there? It looks like he's got a bit of front wing damage. And I wonder if he will have any problem out there and struggle. But we're making our way towards Sector 3 now, and we're getting ready to go again. There are we.
Yeah, pretty chaotic start. Already 7 minutes past. I think it's getting pretty heated amongst the drivers.
Yeah, confirmation of safety car in the slap as well.
Yeah, especially with the incident in the first lap. I think.
Yeah, well, actually, I missed an opportunity to talk to Jammy, and I won't bother him now while he's preparing for the safety car restart. But I wonder if we can grab him and interview him about that after or the next available opportunity. But it's on Kimi for when he goes and when he puts his foot to the floor, and he's still got a whole back straight in front of him, and these drivers are raring and waiting to go. And let's hope for no more intense drama or no more interventions. Let's say that. Let's hope we just get some green flag running under our belts. A reminder of no overtaking until the timing line. The green flag is cool, so Kimi can now go whenever he wants. And car driver being put under a lot of pressure by Tudor from behind already. And these top three just sitting patiently and waiting to go. The Catalan racing cars waiting to be unleashed and to cause a bit of chaos here in the front of the pack. Look at them all making their way single file through the bus stop chicane. And I think Kimi is going to leave it until the last possible opportunity here. And we're gearing up to go once again. When is Kimi going to go? He is leaving it as late as he can. This may even cause a bit of chaos. You can see some nudging between Tudor and car driver for P3. And Kimi Dekunda goes, and Falling Falcon doesn't get as good of a reaction as car driver does. Car driver was clearly eager and waiting to get this one back underway, but he doesn't go for the inside just yet. They're going free wide in the background as Mikolok's on the inside of some cars, and I wonder if there was some contact there. I saw a bit of debris flying off. Mikolok's is up into P4 though. He's got past C's, who is dropping now down to P5, and Black Demon and who else is in the middle there? Tumi over Turi as well, fighting for some positions. Mikolok's gets the overtake done, going into Eau Rouge and manages to get past, but he almost drops the car. That's a huge snap for Mikolok's, and now this is going to cause a bit of chaos in the midfield. You can see Tudor from Hell is desperate to get past. He's in the quicker car and he's trying to get past these lot, all of them causing a bit of chaos and getting very close. And all together as Tudor from Hell and Mikolok's both got deep into the chicane, and Tudor from Hell almost spins, and Mikolok's is trying his best to keep on track. This is bottling up. Tumi over Turi and Black Demon in the background. Tumi over Turi is now going to try round the outside of Black Demon. Oh, and they're making a lot of contact, and that's Black Demon hard into the wall. That's a shadow. That's Jammy. Jammy has been involved in that in the background, and I wonder if that's Jammy's race over. Does he have too much damage? Can he keep it going? Black Demon and Tumi made contact. There was definitely some desync involved. Tumi got on the gravel and lost to the rear end and hit Black Demon. Black Demon spin hard into the wall, and he ended up collecting Jammy as well. You can see there's rear wing damage to Jammy's car, and oh no, he just needs to make it back to the bits if he DNFs. That would be a huge shame. We've not even got 10 minutes under our belt yet.
Yeah, rope spinning, everyone's dying.
And then Falling Falcon's taking the lead in the meantime.
This is insane. Yeah, Falling Falcon, amazing start. C's actually really stepping his game up. From P6 to P4, really amazing job. Mikolok's amazing overtakes. This is what I've been dreaming of. Spa 2 hours. This is insane.
Chaos, absolute chaos. It's so hard to keep an eye on everything and show you guys what is going on. So let's recap. Okay, Falling Falcon has clearly taken the lead at some point, and he's got a 7-10 gap now to Kimi Dekunda. Car driver, of course, backed off. There was a little bit of side-by-side action at turn 1. Mikolok's and C's were racing. Then they got to Radion, and Mikolok's lost the back end big time. And that caused a lot of bottlenecking. That caused a lot of people to bunch up and get really close to each other again. And all of that resulted in Tumi going side by side with Black Demon. He speared off. crashed into Jammy, and Jammy is now struggling to get back to the pits. So lap 4 then we begin. Yeah, exactly. So there's a big gap now between the top 3 and the rest of the field, but Tumi Ovaturi is looking to try and line up a car that's pretty similar in pace to his own in front. And wow, big jump over the hill there. Lots of drivers need to be careful of that with their overheating tyres and getting track limits. And I wonder if Tumi is going to try and go for the move on Tuna from Hell. He gets side by side with the Catalan racing car and coming into the Cobb chicane. Oh, what's happened there? Mikalox has had some sort of problem and he's just absolutely punted into the back of Tumi, which as a result ended in Tuna being hit. And Mikalox causing a crash there. And what is the state of Tuna's tyre? Tuna may have some problems and he'll now have to potentially make his way back to the pits and into the pit lane. All of the big contenders are getting involved in incidents out here. Kimi Nakunda has retaken the lead while all this has happened. Falling Falcon has had a problem. Falling Falcon, I wonder, is still having a problem. He's dropped down to P4. I think Falling Falcon has a puncher. Falling Falcon has a puncher, potentially damage. I wonder if he's gone side by side with our race leader and potentially had some fighting and some battling, but he's now dropping down. It's disaster for Catalan Racing. What is going on here at Spa? Jammy has only just made it back to the pits as well. He's now P11. Black Demon's also in the pits after his huge crash into the barrier. Falling Falcon is limping back to the pits. It's now Kimi Nakunda from Car Driver in C's who's inherited a podium place. Tumi's got up to P4 in all the chaos. Falling Falcon, as we can see, is dropping down the order. He's now in P6. He's limping back to the pits. Mikalox just hit Tumi and Tuna from Hell. And there's going to be investigations had. There's going to be angry discussions. And chaos is unfolding in these first 10 minutes. And hardly anything is... Oh my goodness me. Falling Falcon with his puncher struggling to make it back and has made contact with Mika and Trade, who maybe should have taken more care behind a damaged car. But it is... Oh, and Mikalox has just spun off as well. And Trade is coming into the pits. What is going on? The pit lane has seen more action than expected in the first 15 minutes. That is for sure. You see both Catalans going into the pits there at the back. They're almost out of the points. Absolute drama. P6 to P9 are all in the pit lane. And P10 and P11 have already been in and out as well. And now it says Rob has DNF2. I mean, are you able to keep an eye on this? Because I'm struggling here.
I'm struggling here too, but...
There's so much going on. It's unbelievable.
It's pretty clear that the pit stop has more action than me at this point. This is just amazing.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it for sure. But yeah, it's just complete chaos. Let's try and establish some order here. Here we go. So we got Kimi in the lead here. So they're at turn 11. That's Car Driver and C's making their way out of turn 11 now. Then Tumi, who's managed to get P4 in all that case. He's managed to survive, thankfully for him. You'd think with all the bad luck he's had this season that he wouldn't have been able to. And then it's Lola in P5. And then after that, we've got a huge gap to the rest of the field who have been into the pits. There's Train, who's the next car, and they're going through Lecom. Then Tuna from Hill, who was just involved in an incident with this man back there, Mikalox. And then Falling from Falcon also picked up a puncher somewhere out there. And Rob's saying he's having pit stop issues. And then it's Black Demon and Jammy, who of course we saw have big shunts and big tangles. And look, they're only just crossing the line. It's a long race ahead of Jammy. And there might be interventions in the meantime, but, you know, let's say there wasn't. It's a long race ahead of him. And, yeah, wow. Finally, a chance to catch our breath, I think. So, lap 5. Just coming on to lap 6, actually, is Kimi. Sets the fastest lap of the race. A 2-minute 9.8. And Rob has used his free toe. He's 3 laps down, according to the timing system. Not really sure what's going on with him. But Tuna from Hell is looking to hunt down the other trainer in front of him. And yeah, one of the big contenders, Kanori Motorsport, have finally won big here. They're the ones not involved in, or, you know, they've been able to survive these incidents. They're currently 2 and 4. Shadow Racing's scoring big points with Kimi, but Kimi alone at the moment. And Catalan Racing are P7 and P8 as Mikalox has been overtaken by Falling Falcon. And whoa, Mikalox is understeering his weight. off of the track there. Let's see who else is close up there. Lola's actually within a second of Toomey out in front, and VRV, if you could keep an eye on Train and Tuner, that would be great for me. But let's keep an eye on this as the priority. Toomey versus Lola. I think the Canori Motorsport cars should be quicker here, but who knows? Maybe JTR are cooking up a storm. He's able to stay with Toomey for now, and so maybe it's just a case of better straight line speed. He lost a couple of temps out in that corner there. But either way, Lola is sticking with the Finnish driver here. Oh, he's gone incredibly wide at Puon on the entry. And I think he's struggling with tyres out there. So yeah, well, I don't think we were scheduled to really see any pit stops until about an hour, maybe even 10 minutes time. But of course, so much played out. It was just crazy, crazy drama out there. And yeah, lots of crashes. Hello, yes, you're back.
I think it was kind of expected that
yes,
there will be many crashes at the start, especially on the circuit such as Spa. With
well, I mean, that was impossible. We could hardly keep up with it. It was insane.
I mean, yeah, true, but still, I think the drivers were pretty aggressive for the start of the race. They could have done a better job of staying on the track and not pushing the car.
Yeah, well, I mean, all our predictions are kind of out the window in a sense here. Because, like I said, the big players of the two Catalans are just completely out of it, and so is Jammy. So it's almost like losing 3 cars. And definitely a bit of that spark gone, you have to say. But Lola is looking good on the brakes here when it comes to catching Toomey, and that's allowing him to stay with the Canori Motorsport car in front. And now he's in the slipstream. He's only 120 feet behind. He's going to get a great tow. And he might even have a bit of understeer here at Eau Rouge and Radion. He just needs to watch out, and you can see preemptively dabbing the throttle, and there we go, the understeer. And that will definitely be a track limit strike or a warning for Lola, but now he's going to look to try to set the move up on the Finnish driver in front of him. He's almost hitting over 180 miles an hour, and to the inside of Toomey, not much Toomey can do apart from try and hold it round the outside. Oh, I think he turns into Lola a little bit there, but they manage to continue on, and good wheel-to-wheel racing between the two of them, and Toomey just manages to hang on to that place. Earth to Veavi. Are you here, my friend? Am I getting deafened? No, I'm not getting deafened.
Yeah, I'm experiencing a lot of troubles with my internet.
Oh, okay. So many cars struggling to even watch it. That's the case.
Exactly. That's what you need to love about like those races. A lot of drivers means a lot of chaos, but also a lot of lag. But I mean, so far it was so worth it. I'm sitting here watching cars just fly into the walls. yeah, it's pretty interesting to watch. Like, I have some glimpses of racing here and there, and
yeah, but it's still an endurance at the end of the day, isn't it? It's still going to be about who survives the longest and who's able to manage their situation the best.
I mean, so far nobody really survived.
I think Kimmy's like the only one, and even then he did drop out of the lead and had something happen with Falling Falcon, I assume. Lola's car, I have to say, is incredibly good on the brakes, but he is struggling big time in all of the corners. And so he's catching Toomey in weird places, and then Toomey has to defend and then pulls away in the rest of the circuit. So I think we're going to see, once again, Lola try and overtake in the slipstream, and we'll see if he tries it any differently to how he did on the last lap. There you can see the Lexus X Top Dog racing car staying behind the Canori, who's still going flat up through Eau Rouge and Radion. Great confidence there from Toomey. And now Lola is going to get a good run here as we ride on board with the back of the Canori Motorsport car. Which way does he go? He goes left, and that was much easier for Lola this time. And Toomey, well, he's not going to be happy because, like we discussed, I think Lola is much slower in this section. And so he's going to want to try and get past ASAP, otherwise he's going to lose big time.
Yeah, well, I think it's already a fact that Lola's car is good on the brakes. So he has a lot of opportunities, like of overtaking in the bus stop chicane or the turn like 7 to 9 with heavy braking. But I think we should. I think the spotlight is on.
Oh, it's on Train Raider right now. Train Raider has had a moment at Le Combe Chicane, and so he loses a position to Tuna from Helder. But yes, continue, go on.
I mean, yeah, the spotlight is clearly on Lawler and Toomey. They're the closest ones.
Yep, 100%. Oh my God! Big collision between C's and Rob. What corner is that? That's just as we come onto the back straight. And C's, who was running in a really good position here, has had some sort of issue with Rob, who is 3 laps down. He's a back marker. He should not be meddling with the race leaders and the podium contenders. And that is incredibly bad luck for C's. His car is clearly in a state. He was running really well in the new McKenna package. He was doing a great job. He was on for a provisional podium as things had stood. And he had survived all of the lap 1 chaos and all of the restart chaos, but something has happened with the back marker of Rob, and he's now struggling big time here to even get back into the pits, and he's going to lose out to Tuna, Train and Falling Falcon at this rate.
I mean, to be fair, he's a back marker, but it's really sad for
He was running P3 though.
Oh, really? Cease?
Yes, Cease is third.
Oh, yeah, but oh yeah, it is really unfortunate. It is.
So something big has happened now, and I imagine there's going to be a report coming somebody's way, unless there was a big desync involved. But Cease is now going to have to wait an age to get some damage fixed and to come in, and that is a big shame. He was doing a really good job for McKenna, you have to say. He hadn't put a foot wrong pretty much this entire race, and his hard work has now been undone, and he's now once again a back marker in McKenna racing. That's incredibly unfortunate.
It is. As Falling Falcon and Train Raider coming into the Rouge.
Oh my goodness me, Train Raider just doing everything he can to not crash as they go up that corner. It can be a nightmare if you have understeer and overheating tyres. Falling Falcon will try and make this one an easy overtake. I don't think Train's going to fight it too hard. Oh, Train doesn't quite get the same braking performance, and he has to take avoiding action. Thankfully, it doesn't cause a collision like Mikelox did a couple of laps ago. And he does lose that position though in the end and drop down to P7.
Which position did Train start? I think it was P6, no?
Oh mate, I can't even remember where anybody started now. There's so much drama happening out there. And Jammy and Black Demon having a good tussle with keeping themselves entertained in the fight to get back into this race. And now that back marker Rob is in front of these guys once again. And I don't think he's required to get out of the way, but, well, he makes a bit of a mess of doing so. Throws debris onto the line, and Rob is having an absolute mare out there today. And he's wall riding back there as well. No idea what's going on, but Jammy is lining up Black Demon and is going for the move on the G-Force racing car and side by side between the two. And it looks like the Shadow Racing driver has got that one done. And a nice clean move there for Jammy. And I think Rob is going to cause a problem here because he is stuck against the side of the wall. He's been dawdling around, causing chaos out there, crashing with podium contenders. And he's now stuck it in the Armco. And the engine is off. The engine is off for Rob, so he is stopped in a precarious position under a tree. And that is him done. I wonder if we'll see a race intervention here. Just based off of past experiences, he's expected. So there we go. Safety car has been issued by race control, and that is one trainer down. I think that's technically our first DNF of the race. I know it says Grafter's DNF on the left-hand side, but he did not start the race. And so that is Rob done and dusted, and now everyone will slow down. And music, absolute music to the ears of Black Demon, of C's, of Jammy, and to be fair, like everybody from P5 and back, because they now get to catch back up, and hopefully this time there won't be any chaos between them all. But just to recap, before things potentially get messy in the pits, it's Kimmy from Car Driver, then Lola, Toomey, Tuna, Falling Falcon, the Catalans P5 and P6, then Train, Mikelox, Jammy, and Black Demon, and then C's, who was running third and was taken out by newly retired Rob in P12. And yeah, I'll just leave this with you, Vayavi, for a second.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. Car Driver has a really good opportunity now to be P1 and secure the needed win for the Canori. Cease, is he gonna be unlapping himself? I think so. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Jamie has a lot of opportunities here. Train, Michalox as well. Tuner, Falling Falcon. Everyone who got back into the midfield can have a really good possibility here to be P1 and secure the win. As everyone is going into the pits, absolutely everyone is speeding away to unlap himself. Well, that's interesting stuff here. Just like 27 minutes into the race. Really interesting. Falcon is gonna be P1, Tuner P2, followed by Kimi, Car Driver, Train, and Lawler. Interesting lineups here. Yeah, the Catalan Racing P1, P2. Pretty much expected. Kimi really needs to set up a... Hello.
So, what's happened here then? Catalan Racing not pitted, or...?
Everyone pitted, everyone. Catalan Racing did not pit it. They stayed out, and I think we are gonna see some drama between them, honestly.
Yes.
I mean,
well, I'm just thinking
if I were
again,
them, I would pit it.
We're gonna have bottlenecks again. I know the Catalans are quick, but these what was I gonna say? I get distracted by chat messages. These two are going to I think cause people to pile up because, you know, they're on older tyres, so they're not gonna be able to go as quick, and they're going to cause a bottleneck against all of the fresh tyre people down from P3 and below. So Kimi Dekunda saying they need to slow down. Falling Falcon is still pushing hard. So I think that is against the rules, and he is finally slowing down now. I think when the safety car is deployed and there's no physical safety car, the leader has to act as one. And I think those two were just trying to be a bit naughty there and push to potentially get a pit stop gap. But now they have slowed down, and everybody will catch up. And we'll see if they do dive into the pits. You said they stayed out. We will see what they do this time around. Would it be into the pits for the Catalans? No, they stay out. As Kimi Dekunda goes off track in the background. So, as it stands at the moment, we have a, I say virtual safety car, officially called a safety car, as we make our way down towards turn one, and there's confirmation chat. We'll have one lap until the green train raider comes into the pits. There's a look at our field and all the ones that have caught up. Still waiting for those three in the background there, Michalox, Black Demon and Jammy. And yeah, well, a right mix. I mean, that is, apart from the Catalan 1-2, you've got a different constructor for all of the top 6 positions.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Pretty cool to see teams finally being finally fighting together. A lot of opportunity for a car driver actually to secure the win. We can only see. What are your predictions on the safety car start?
Well, like I said, these two haven't pitted, so they're going to be on worn and potentially cold tyres. And yeah, there could be some chaos. Kimi is definitely going to be, if he's mad, which he seems to be unhappy about in the chat. You know, he's unhappy about Falcon and Tuna, who have both had warnings for going too quickly. Then he could cause some chaos because he's going to be angry, he's going to drive angry, and that can lead to crashes and incidents. Car driver, Lola and Sumi are in the best positions, I think, because they can pick up any pieces if the dominoes fall in front of them, and they can take home the scraps and take an advantage out of that. But yeah, well, I mean, that's just our first half an hour completed and chaos already. So just a reminder for if you're just tuning in and you're expecting to see certain drivers at certain places in the grid, that we had Jammy and Black Demon have our first big incident out there. They both had to limp back to the pits. That lost them a lot of time, but they've caught back up under this safety car intervention. Seas was running P3 and then he was taken out by Rob. I would expect that to be a ticket after the race, because he's still having to work hard to try and catch up after that, and he hadn't put a foot wrong the entire race. So unless there was desync there, I think there'll be a report coming Rob's way on his debut race. He DNFs from the 2 hours of Spa, and yeah, well, unfortunate for him, but not much more you could do. Apart from that, I think he was having PC issues too. Kanori have done a good job. I think they've managed to avoid most incidents and they've stayed P4, P6. Lola seems to have a very good car under brakes in a straight line, and so he's using that well to his advantage. He still hasn't stopped from what I'm seeing. He hasn't changed his tyres from what I'm seeing. That could be desync though, don't forget. Let's see, we've not been told safety car in this lap yet, so we're still just going down the back straight as normal. Let's see, Mikalox did cause a collision with Tuna. There we go, safety car confirmed in this lap, actually quite late. And there we go. Mikalox had some incidents. Pretty much everybody's been involved in a bit of a tussle, apart from maybe a couple of the front guys. But anyways, we're going to get going once again. The green flag is waved, and it's going to be up to the leaders to see when they've gone. And have they gone already? As they come down into bus stop, people were accelerating and they were getting ready to go. We will ride on board with Kimmy, and I think we have gone. So once again, our second restart here for the 2 hours of Spa. And will it be Kimi Dekunda going for anything ambitious on the first lap here? No, he doesn't. He doesn't look for a send up the inside of the Catlanders yet. But Tuna from Hell has gone wide, and I wonder if Tuna from Hell is playing a bit of a slipstream game here, but he's now wheel to wheel with Car Driver in the background, and I wonder if that was a mistake or whether that was some games. But he's now side by side with the Calorium. Will they remain side by side as they head towards Eau Rouge and Radion? Neither of them know which one to back out. They almost make contact, and Tuna now is going to fly off the track and potentially be a bottleneck. You can see Toomey has flown off the track, and oh no, he's made contact with Train Raider in the background. I think they've both gotten away with it, but that could potentially be damage, and now we can see a bit of that bottlenecking going on. Kimi Dekunda is going for the race lead out in front, and he's managed to take it. Let's look at what's going on in the background. Lola stays in P3, then Car Driver, then Toomey, then Train. They stay as they were, and Mikalox is having a moment there in the background as well, and he spins around. But Kimi Dekunda, once again, so focused on what is going on in the background. There's so much drama that we missed Kimi Dekunda initially going for the lead, but he has taken it off of Falling Falcon once again. That would have been an easy slipstream pass, I imagine, going down into Lacombe. And now Falling Falcon is going to have to keep him under pressure. But look at the gaggle of cars in the background. That is a snake. That's an absolute train of cars there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all in a row, and including some more if you look behind them.
I would say I'm really impressed with Tommy's game. A really impressive move there, going into the Eau Rouge. Lawler, again, he saw an opportunity, he used the opportunity. Really amazing stuff, really cool to see the back markers, well, not the back marker teams.
I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, just sending it.
And Jammy is now looking up the inside of his fellow teammates, Toomey, as they make their way towards bus stop. And not the first time Toomey's ever been overtaken there before at Spa. And he just runs off the circuit a little bit as well. And potentially that might open a door to Train, who isn't quite ambitious enough to look for that overtake, and avoids making any contacts with the Canori out in front. Right, lap 14 then. It's Kimi Dekunda who leads from Falling Falcon, then Lola, Car Driver, Jammy, Toomey and Train, and then the rest follow in the background on your timing leaderboard. I think Car Driver, though, is putting substantial pressure on Lola. Oh, is that Train going around? Train almost went around it. That was very close. A big wheel spin from the Dutch driver, but Car Driver, the American, looking to put pressure on the Polishman of Lola in front. Whoa, big oversteer for Car Driver, big understeer and oversteer at the same time. and almost having a problem there. And now flashing the lights at Lola, letting him know he's coming through. There's a lot of overspeed for Jammy in the background as well. Car driver is going to try and go side by side with Lola into the braking zone. Jammy has to try and go down the middle of them, and he makes contact. He spins around car driver. Jammy comes to a stop on the track as well. For some reason, letting car driver through, that's not going to stop you from getting a penalty, my friend. You should have just continued on. And car driver, the Canaries are finally involved in an incident. And on his way, he continues. But potential damage for the Canary. And Jammy just should have controlled his overspeed a little bit better. Ended up having to go down the middle to try and avoid a collision. And still ended up having one with the American driver in front of him now.
Insane stuff. Yeah, Jammy, small mistake.
Trey Raider, sorry, almost going up the inside of Toomey into Pillman as well. Continue.
Honestly, really nothing to say. I'm lagging.
Oh, and actually, Trey Raider is still giving Toomey a hard time, and I think they've made contact, whether that be desync or not, because Toomey has gone off into the sand and he's gone into the wall. Once again, people struggling to race out there and having issues, and now Toomey, the second Canary, is involved in an incident, and he now drops down to P10 behind his teammate, and the Canaries have gone from 4th and 6th to 7th and 10th on this restart here. And now car driver is looking to line up the back of Shooter from Hell and regain that lost ground that he got because of Jammy making contact with him. He was fighting Lola, remember, for P3, and then Train Raider, Black Demon and Tudor all overtaken. But now around the outside, he's going to try, on the outside of Tudor, and he just completely makes a mess of it. I actually think that might have been desync because he just teleported somewhere into the runoff, and he just crashes into the back of Black Demon. What are these guys doing? Some of these driving standards are dreadful. They don't know how to control themselves out there. And car driver into the back of Black Demon, who now as a result has to come into the pits as well. And there's going to be a lot of penalties at this rate after the race. Make sure you join the Discord to see what the stewards make of this one, because at this rate we're going to have endless tickets. It's unbelievable. They're driving awfully out there.
Yeah, I don't even know. That's supposed to be an endurance race, guys. Come on, lock in. You should not drive aggressively, but I mean, this just been nothing but chaos for 38 minutes straight. This is just amazing stuff. I've never seen anything like this before. Have you, actually?
No, I mean, well, we didn't see it at the last endurance, did we, at Suzuka? People actually were a bit more smart and a bit more mindful of what they were doing, but everyone just seems so eager to get on with things and so bottled up that they're just trying to go for any overtake they can. And yeah, just lots of mistakes. It's all very clumsy. Their driving is not very clean and it's nowhere near perfect. And yeah, they don't know what to do with themselves out there.
Yeah, exactly. I think they've learned from Suzuka that if you're gonna be a little bit passionate about, like, passive of overtaking and defending, people are not gonna be bunched up that much. And they just try to go aggressive, and that's the outcome. Everyone's just shuffled up. I don't even know who started where. And
oh, exactly. Yeah.
Why is Jamie 43 seconds?
Car driver looking to the outside of Mikalox now. How many people in chat are saying? Let's see. We've got a couple comments saying the chaos. Loader and P6 keep going. My precious Lexus. Craft is still unhappy with the rules as well. But yeah. Lots and lots of drama out here. Again, if you're enjoying all of this drama, make sure you subscribe and follow on whatever you're watching, and you will see plenty more. We've still got over half of our calendar left to go. And as you just saw there, Tudor from Hell peeling into the pits and getting ready to start his next stint out there. And I believe, where will he come out? He's coming into his pits now, so he should come out in a decent bit clean. He might even be behind Jammy there. I don't know if Jammy's far enough back. Let's keep an eye on car driver, who is still looking to line up Mikalox, and I think he saved his overtake for this main straight here. Now, whoa, just getting out a little bit scared of the side of Mikalox, who gives him a bit of extra space. Should probably give him a little bit of extra space considering he is on 200 ping, but they're going to go side by side perfectly into the Cobb chicane. And, well, car driver just... Well, there you go. That's more sensible. That's what I was expecting to see, and I think Vayavi would agree with me there. That's more the stuff we were expecting to see. Sensible racing. People backing out, even if they're just a little bit scared. And that's what we saw from Car Driver there.
Yeah, I think drivers are starting to notice that maybe they should back off a little bit and save their cars for the next 1 minute and 20. Oh my gosh. 1 hour and 20 minutes, I'm sorry.
That's close enough. Just under 1 minute and 20 to go. 1 hour and 20. Did I say? I just said 1 minute and 20 as well. Unbelievable. That's how long we've been here. We've got so little to go. But only 16 laps down. We've still got another, well, plenty more to go after that. And Car Driver is driving like it's the race of his life here in the dirty air of Mikolok's, moving all over the place. Yeah, I mean, Mikolok's has made a mistake, and this is going to allow Car Driver finally to slip through on the G-Force racing car. And that's a bit of the understeer I was talking about that you can get at that corner, where there was once upon a time a house on the outside that was removed during the Spa circuit renovations, and Mikolok's doesn't know what to do with all of his momentum, like so many others this race, and ends up taking it off track and staying behind Car Driver for now, and really closing up on the brakes there as well, actually. And yeah,
I think
wow.
G-Force is struggling with the fast corners. We saw that in... I just dropped my water. We saw that in the Eau Rouge, and...
Mikolok's down the inside of Car Driver. He's struggling to brake. That's what his problem is right now. But I wonder if he needs to go to the pits and nurse this issue, because he's absolutely sent it, whether intentional or not, down the inside of Car Driver. And thankfully, Car Driver managed to avoid that one. But let's see what his Radeon is like. Look at that. The understeer. Mikolok's, my friend, it's time to come in for a pit stop and get off those tyres, because they are not doing you any good at all. And I wonder if he will feel that as well. I mean, he did a 2 minute 15 last time around, and the leader's doing 2 minute 9, so it speaks for itself in some sense. But yeah, well, Kimi Dikunda, once he overtook Falling Falcon, disappeared into the distance. Lola's kept it cool and calm and stayed in P3. Train has watched everything unfold around him and stayed in P4. And then Car Driver has made his way back onto P5 after lots of pit stops around him. Then Mikolok's, Tsumi, sees Black Demon and Tuna from Hell, and Jammy, who was climbing up through the field, made contact with which one was it? Was it Tuna? I think he made contact with Tuna. It was one of the Castellans, I think. And no, it was Car Driver. He made contact with Car Driver, actually. Ended up hanging back as a result, and I think he's made a pit stop since then, which is why he's so far down the order. Meanwhile, Season 2 Meet are pretty close up there on track, and the McKenna starting to climb back through the field after it was unfairly, or well, it had some sort of issue out there. We didn't see what happened, but he had a big crash at the beginning of Sector 3 in about 2 corners time. And yeah, well, he's go on.
The gap is getting smaller and smaller. It was 1 second going into the turn 11, and now it's like something close to half.
Yeah, Falling Falcon has come into the pits. The Catalan racing driver finally coming off of these tyres. Of course, he didn't make a stop under the safety car, so that actually, now that I think about it, explains some of the gap that was built between Kimi and Falling Falcon. We'll see whether he's going to come out into dirty air or not. Looks like he's just going to be ahead of Season 2 So a good little gap for himself there, and he is behind Car Driver as well. So direct rivals there on track. And there we can see, he's just clipping the inside wall.
A little bit touching the wall.
Yes, and still trying to chase down Tsumi. Mikolok's does come in and takes my advice. And yeah, that seems like the most sensible thing to do in that situation. Let's see if C's can make any ground up on Tsumi as they make their way through Rouge and Radeon. And he's actually got a lovely exit there on the back of the Canori, and I think he's going to go for this move. Would it be inside or outside for C's? It's going to be the inside. The Canori isn't fighting it too hard. And the McKenna backs out. The McKenna backs out of that one, not wanting to waste time going side by side. That's an interesting one. First time I've seen that this race.
That's a pretty good decision, I think.
Yeah, Tuna and Jammy have swapped positions as well in the meantime. And that puts Jammy and Tuna up into P8 and 9 now that Mikolok's has stopped. So things starting to make a little bit more sense out here on the leaderboard, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I think there's not a lot of chaos now as I think about it.
Yeah, things have finally settled down a bit. We can actually keep track of what's going on. Yeah. We're not missing any incidents. This could be interesting. Train Raider is a P3 on the road, and Car Driver is behind him. and he's being put under pressure by Falling Falcon. So we could see Car Driver get desperate here and try and overtake Train at any available opportunity. And lots of people actually closing to within a second of each other. We've got this, which is our battle for the most points, and we've got Toomey and C's close to each other, and then we've also got Jammy and Tuna close to each other as well. I don't know, Viavi, can you keep an eye on one of those and just see what happens if you can with your internet? I don't know what the situation is. Oh, Car Driver looked like he was going a bit long there, but I think just a bit of internet. But he is catching Train Raider, that is for sure. And C's is actually really close to the back of Toomey. Let's just give that a quick look while we wait for that to happen. I don't think C's really wants to overtake Toomey though. If he does, he wants to do it in a safe manner. And Toomey is going to have to go defensive into turn 1, and that forces C's to the outside. And those two dueling into the first corner. And once again, nothing much coming from it. It's about the same as it was this time a lap ago. He's got a lot of momentum here, and Toomey just protecting the inside. Look how much momentum he has compared to Toomey. I wonder if Toomey was actually lifting off there and trying to play some games. But Car Driver is all over the back of Train, and he goes for the move on Train Raider up the inside. The Traino, though, turns in across Car Driver, and Car Driver backs out of it and stays behind for another day. What about C's? C's is going side by side with Toomey, and this time he overtakes. And let's just cut back to Train and see. He is going wheel to wheel with Car Driver like I expected. They banged wheels a little bit, but Car Driver has slipped down the inside and made the move successfully on Train. And next up, it will be Falling Falcon to go for the overtake.
As you're saying this, C's has built already almost 1 second gap to Toomey. Toomey had a really bad exit there.
Yeah. And Train's just had a very poor poo on as well. And Falling Falcon a bit of oversteer, trying not to hit the Trainer, and is now going to try and go around the outside of Train. This is where he fought with Toomey and ended up accidentally hitting the Finnish driver off. And the save does not happen though for Falling Falcon, but he is trying to get past Train quickly here, because look at the gap Car Driver has already built. Train is a roadblock, that is for sure. And look at this, look at that, he's struggling so hard, and surely this is Falling Falcon's opportunity to get through now. And he pulls alongside the Scuderia Trado, and they actually continue to go wheel to wheel through this section. Will either of them back out? And it is Train who eventually does, and Falling Falcon braves it around the outside. That was a beautiful move, in all fairness. Oh, and Trader's, whether intentional or not, sent him back up the inside. And fair play, he's got the move done, and this is wasting Falling Falcon's time, and he will know it, because his benchmark Car Driver, who was just in front of him, is already seconds clear up the road. But now he's got his nose back up the inside as they head down towards into turn 1. Can Train look for the switchback? He's definitely thinking about it, but Falling Falcon will lead them away as they head now down towards Eau Rouge and Radion. And he'll just have to hope he's got the tyre grip to pull enough of a gap to Train here and gap the Scuderia Trainer. As they go through Eau Rouge and Radion, do we see that happen? We see Train almost take flight in the background, but Train has actually still got the slipstream, so Falling Falcon will have to go defensive, and Train Raider, the ball will be in his courts to line up a move, and he's going to put the race on for us. He's going to go up the inside of the Catalan racing car, and he makes the move stick. Fair play. Train putting on a show. He's in no right to have to give up any position to Falling Falcon here, and he is taking that opportunity with both hands, and Falling Falcon has to sit behind for a few more corners once again.
Yeah, amazing job from Train Raider. I think
fair play. Yeah, he's putting on a show.
Yeah, Treno is a little bit slow, especially compared to Catalan Racing. So it's pretty interesting to see how drivers use their cars in fields that they're more comfortable with. So yeah, I mean, C's is already more than 3 seconds away from Toomey. Amazing job from McKenna. I guess they got.
I think they've received a lot of help. I think there.
Yeah.
You don't just turn a ship like that around in one chassis change, I think. And yeah, well, Train still continuing to try and stay ahead of Falling Falcon here, and Falling Falcon will have a run up this back straight as the sun continues to set here at Spa. I think it's... Is the time of day changing? I think the time of day is changing. I'm not actually sure. Falling Falcon, though, is going to send it up the inside of the chicane. and Train manages to brave it round the outside, and that will allow Falling Falcon to go for a switchback on his superior tyres. But, well, you'd think Falling Falcon would dispatch Train a bit better here, but I think this fight's more equal than we first anticipated. Ooh, almost making contact.
Yeah, I think the skills play a big role here too. Train is a little bit. I think he's more experienced, a little bit, with GWC cars. So I think it kind of balances out here and there.
Yeah, well, look, he's going to get another run on the Catalan racing car, although this time it might not be as strong. Which direction does he go? Train Raider's going to send it up the inside once again. And he once again gives Falling Falcon a run for his money. And this fight continues on. Falling Falcon has lost catastrophic amounts of time doing this.
Yeah, with a bad exit like this, I don't think Falling Falcon has any hope, to be fair. I mean, if he keeps doing those mistakes, I don't even know what to expect from him. Train, I mean, a pretty good gap, honestly. Respectable 7/10 of a second. But yeah, coming into the one, Train's just going from Falling Falcon.
Yeah, I mean, this is our closest battle at the moment, the battle for the most amount of points as things stand. But yeah, 21 laps down so far, and I think that might become 22 very soon. And there we go. I think we actually have just got a time of day update there. And so things are getting a lot darker now here at Spa. And people are going to have to start putting their lights on if they want to see where they're going. Falling Falcon closing to the back of Train again. Will he dare go for a move in this section? Look at his telemetry. No, he does not. He dabs the brake and lifts off the throttle and gets ready to send it out of chicane instead. I think, yeah, look, he's staying behind Train this time around. I think if he just stays behind Train until the exit of Radion and goes for the move then surely he'll be able to dispatch the Treno through to Sector 2.
He will have this slipstream, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's taken him a couple of times, but I think surely he'll get it now.
Surely. Surely nothing bad happens now.
Here we go. Waiting behind. Waiting and waiting for Train. All over the back of that red Treno. Still, he bides his time, but now he can put his foot down and try and get this overtake done, and Train just blocks the inside a little bit, and Falling Falcon wanted to get inside of that gap, and he manages to do so. And now, Falling Falcon, I think surely he completes this move. Train Raider continues to try and hold it round the outside to actually make contact. Falling Falcon was sick and tired of Train's games, and Train tries to hold it round the outside, and this time he spins around and is overtaken by Seas. And I wonder if he's got any severe damage from that. I think that was a bit cheeky from Falling Falcon. I don't think he quite left enough space, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think
we will see.
But just a quick update to everyone. Kimi Dekinder is 23 seconds away from Lawler and keeps increasing the gap. Car driver, I think he's getting closer and closer to Lawler, so just hopes and prayers for Lawler to at least finish the race. P2 is going to be amazing for his team. It's just...
Yeah, exactly. I think they're one of the teams that need points. I think they got disqualified for every single round, so I'm pretty sure they're on 0 points. Yeah, because their car was too wide and had too much downforce.
Insane. I mean, this is peak absolute racing.
This is a nice balance, you know. I think this is the balance we've got. One fight ends, and then another one springs up somewhere else in the race, and that fight is Jammy versus Toomey. And once again, the former teammates will be coming to blows somewhere along the track if Jammy can successfully go for an overtake on Toomey Avaturi. Of course, both world champions in their own regard, one in open wheel and one in sports car. And in front of them, Train Raider decides to finally come into the pits. And Jammy looks to line up his former teammates. Will there be any pleasantries between these two? Jammy's going to send it up the inside at the first corner. Looks like Toomey's going to try and hold it around the outside. Jammy sees that and gives him the space. Respectful racing between these two. And now Toomey will back out of this one, I think, and go for the slipstream game up out of Eau Rouge and Radion. And I think Jammy probably knows this, but he wants to try his luck and continue on. And wow, look at that. Toomey had a terrible run out of Eau Rouge and Radion, and try his luck Jammy has successfully done, I believe. And there we go. Smart move from Jammy in the end. Toomey flashes his light at the British driver. And through the second sector, he will now progress.
Yeah, I think there was a small miscalculation from Tommy. I think he should have defended a little bit more there. To have a little bit of a chance going after the Camel Straight.
Finally, it settled down.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally. I mean, it's really interesting though that Black Demon, he should be fighting for the P7, P6, and I think he got crashed into. Am I right?
Who's this, Jammy?
No, Black Demon.
Yeah, Black Demon. Yeah, I think Black Demon's been one of the ones. Well, he had his big shunt, but then I don't know. I don't think he's ever really recovered from that because he would have been able to catch up onto the safety car, but you know he's still in last place right now, so not sure really.
Not the result that GeForce wants to see.
Top Dog Racing social media says Lexus in P3, my car is the GOAT. With others asking if the Lexus is a front engine car.
No, Lexus. Oh, actually, I think it is. Yeah, I think Lexus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
Front engine. Yeah, it is. Looking at the. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Let's get a quick check-in on all of the gaps around here. Here we can see Kimi Dekunda going off into distance and already at Puon. And the closest car to him. This is what 27 seconds of gap looks like. There's Lola coming out of Lecom now. And with the lights on, as things start to get dark, and then Car Driver, then Falling Falcon, and then Seas, Jammy, Toomey, and then the rest all down in the first sector. And those are the drivers currently active in the 2 hours of Spa at the moment. And yeah. This is much more like an endurance race now. Not just the sprint action that we were getting.
Yeah. But I think Car Driver is really catching up to Lawler. I don't think Lawler will be able to do something here. Maybe we'll see an absolute masterclass in defending, but I honestly don't have much hopes for that. Car Drivers have been pretty consistent this race. Not much crashes that he committed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta. Oh, Kimi Dekunda has finally come into the pits. So he's reached the end of his stint. And will now pull into the illuminated pit lane. How long will he stop for? And will he be able to get out in front of Lola and Car Driver? We will see. What was their gap beforehand? It was about 29 seconds. Where will Lola be as they exit the pits? Kimi Dekunda leaves the pit lane. And he's still got, what is that? At least a 7-second gap? Maybe more than that? Yeah, you're right. 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
As Car Driver is entering the pits, really, I mean, not really questionable though.
Well, his tyres look pretty bad if that desync, if there's no desync there. It says that 15% on my screen, but it also says they haven't changed, so you never know. It's always hard to tell.
Will he be able to be ahead of Seas? It's gonna be pretty interesting going into the E Rouge. Seas, they're going side by side.
Seas goes for it. He wants to stay ahead of Car Driver, but I think Car Driver will want the exact opposite. And whoa, we lost loads of time to Seas up by Rouge and Radion. And,
45 minutes already.
Let's see if he's able to catch any time here in the slipstream. They've stayed ahead of Jammy though, which I think is important for Car Driver's race. And a Tuner from Hell also in the pits now. And car driver going deep on the brakes there as well as we ride from the rear view of the McKenna. And yeah, these two keeping it spicy. I would imagine they're both wants to race cleanly here. Sees make his way pretty much back into the positions he's owed, let's put it that way. And a bit wide though at that corner, and car driver will be foaming at the mouth to try and get past the Irish outfit. He looks to the inside this corner and sees actually does leave him the space. Generous and respectful racing, and that is how it's done. Car driver is up into P4, and the McKenna now back behind him, and he'll try and hope to put away in these corners here and break any sort of slipstream effect behind him. It looks like he's already done that successfully.
I'm actually catching up to C's too.
Yeah, while all that is happening,
Yeah,
you are
there's a lot of
correct.
opportunities here. He can.
This is
really
Kimmy's
use
race
that-
to lose now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, 13 seconds to Lawler. I don't think he has any competition for now. Maybe he will spin, but that's unlikely.
Yeah, but I
I
don't
think
actually know if
he
these shadow
already-
racings have functioning headlights.
I think they do.
I hope so. It's going to make it hard to watch otherwise. I mean, look at this. Look how
Yeah.
dark it is back here. Can't see anything down this, let's say second straight already. Oh, Jamie and C's have swapped places. C's has come into the pits. So he finishes up this stint, and he'll hope to stay ahead of the likes of Train and Mika Locks. You can see him in his
I think he will.
pit box
Yeah, I
there
think
now. It's gonna be close. Train is making his way down the main straight now, but no, you're right. Sees comes out in the nick of time. Out he goes, and only now through turn one does Train ready to go. So yeah, there we go. Pit stops completed once again. Drivers managing their races, and Sumi down in P9. I think is going to be hunting down Mika Lock as well for sure.
So far, not really anyone close as close as Jamie and Car Driver. I think they're the closest ones so far. Going to the Bruxelles, exiting them. Jamie really locked in. He really needs that P3. Sorry, P4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, pretty interesting race. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, we are finally halfway through as of 3 minutes ago. And it's Kimi Dekunda who leads after 26 laps of what started off incredibly chaotic, you have to say. Followed by Lola, who's 16 seconds behind, then Falling Falcon. Then currently, Car Driver, Jamie, C's, Train, Mika Locks, Toomey, Black Demon, and Tuna from Hell. And of course, plenty of pit stops still to be had in this one. And the 2 hours of Spa-Francorchamps as displayed on the banner here. But yeah, things have finally settled down. Lola has also come into the pits after a couple of laps after Kimi Dekunda did. And I think, I would guess, he has really dragged these tyres as long as they can go. I know, of course, he's probably not got 0% fronts and rears. But he continues on. He finishes his stop. He comes in for more fuel. And I wonder if that's an illegal amount of fuel, actually. I think he raised a question about what do you do if you get given 70 litres at a pit stop. Who knows? I'm not the one to question it. I'm here to compensate this race for everybody. But interestingly, Lola and Jamie are now incredibly close, and he's gotten in between Car Driver and... yeah, he's gotten in between Car Driver and Jamie.
So the gap is getting really close. You can really see how Jamie's car is a lot faster than Lawler's. He's catching up without any signs of slipstream. I mean, just really shows the difference of engineering of those cars.
Yeah, well, Shadow Racing said they were close. They were quick in a straight line. So
yeah,
I think that your point being proven, or you proving their point, I should say. I think Shadow Racing doesn't have headlights. I'm gonna say it. It's pretty much pitch black out here now. The sun has almost completely set, and Jamie and Kimi are both running with no lights in front of them. So someone has made a mistake in the build process there. And that will definitely be difficult for those drivers. I mean, look how dark it is out there.
Honestly, I don't see anyone with the headlights. Maybe that was just me, but
I think that's just you. I've got a few of them with headlights on.
let me change the quality to a little better one. Hopefully, I'm not gonna get that huge of a difference in my computer performance, but
Oh dear. 54 minutes to go of pitch blackness for the shadows, as it stands. Jammy closing up a lot too low under the brakes here, and he actually comes into the pits. Let's get a brake light on. Oh, wait, has Jammy's lights inside his car? I think Jammy's lights are inside his car. Anyways, he's coming in for a pit stop. What's this gap like behind him? He might come out in front of C's. We will see. C's is doing a nice drift out of the last corner now. He's not going to get out in front of the Irish outfit, McKenna Racing. So C's continues on his way back up to the podium.
Jamie has headlights, so everything is good.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And Train
I was worried there for a
slots in behind the sister outfit. There we go. Yes, headlights for Jamie, and so that makes our life a bit easier too. Eh? But yeah, continuing on his way up over Rouge and Radion, and yeah, we're in the quieter stages now. We do wait for an intervention or drivers' stints to start converging towards the end. And oh, that was C's taking a lot of sand in front. And yeah, I have to. Let's come back to McKenna Racing, because before, of course, C's accident, which we don't know what happened, but of course his accident, he was running a very nice P3 out there, and so clearly that car and driver combination has pace.
Yeah, I mean, P5 is still pretty respectable. I think he started P6, so one position gain for him. Really well done there. I mean, C's has not been really aggressive and really careful. That's, I think, the only things that needs to be implemented in those types of races. He's pretty quick. I mean, he shows a lot of potential with this car. I think you're right. The car is well engineered.
I wouldn't tout C's to be the quickest driver in this field, that's for sure. But that's why I said this car and driver combination seems to be proving itself. Chubby having a bit of fun, turning his lights off down the back straight. I think he said to me pre-race, "What if I just drive around without lights on and ruin your stream for you?" How would you like that? I had to beg him to keep those headlights on. But let's see, you know what? I wonder.
A little long week for that.
Yeah, I wonder if I could talk to anybody. I might be mischievous and drag somebody in and out. Oh, hang on, we've got a yellow flag, and it's for Train Raider, who's, I think, had a moment at the last corner. Oh, it doesn't look like he's been
yeah, I think so.
Severely affected. You know what? Let's talk to team principal of Catalan Racing Speed Factory, Matteo Catalan himself. A bit of a shaky first hour for your team. What are your expectations for the rest of this race? How do you see it playing out?
Well, it mostly depends on safety cars, I will say. As, for example, in Suzuka, we had lots of safety cars. For now, we can fight for P2, and I believe the Fortuna the range between P7 and P10. If a safety car comes out, it might bring us to a better outcome, but for now, that's all I can hope for.
Yeah, well, I think Falling Falcon has managed good damage limitation here. Of course, both your drivers getting involved in incidents. Have they expressed how they feel about what happened out there? Are they going to open tickets? Is there going to be post-race action? I mean, Jammy did literally punt a No, Jammy didn't punt a Catalan, sorry. You're getting confused with Canori. But they had their moments.
I saw what happened in the race start, and At the same time, by being in the voice call, I wrote them not being too happy with the train. Not because of what happened the last time, as there I believe there was some netcode. As in the live
Speaking
stream, I
of Tuna
saw...
from Hell, he's caused a yellow flag. Oh, Tuna has gone off into the gravel at, let's say this is Puon. I believe this is Puon. He's not coming out of the gravel. He's just grabbing the throttle. He's not really sure what he's waiting for here. He's now on the brakes completely. And I wonder if he's having... Oh, maybe edits queued. I wonder if he's waiting for edits. But he makes his way out of the gravel now. And, well, sadly for Cat&Am Racing, even further down in P11 now.
Yeah, as I said, though, all I can hope for is a safety car to shake up things and bring back the fight between Falcon and Kimi.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, lots of yellow flags going off now that we have you in VC, but I think it's just people coming into the pits. And we can see it's actually close between Jammy and C's out there. It's actually really close between Jammy and C's. The Shadow finally catching the McKenna as they make their way down to Lecom, and Jammy just backs out of it. Doesn't risk hitting anybody else off at Lecom. Yeah, I mean, well, let's get your take on all of the chaos that unfolded. I mean, it's... To be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's hard to keep track of every incident that's happened. I mean, I know there was the first lap. I know Jammy ended up in the wall with Black Demon as he actually gets past a struggling C's here and swoops around the outside of the mechanic car. But and then there was more kerfuffle after that, and just my word, it's been hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
I mean, you watched it. You watched some of it on the live stream. What did you make of it all?
Chaos. Mostly chaos.
Simple as that.
Yeah, there would be too much to say otherwise.
Fair enough. Well, we've had a more quiet half an hour, that's for sure, as drivers manage their own stints. Oh, Falcon comes into the pits as we speak, and I think that'll put Car Driver up into P2 for now. Interesting to see where Falcon will come out compared to Lola, and we should also keep an eye on whether C's manages to stay on Jammy's tail as well. Let's see where Lola is. Lola is just heading up to turn 1. Oh, they're going to be side by side, I think, as Lola comes out of the pits. Not quite side by side, but he's very close to Falcon. He's definitely in slipstream range. And that bright red Lexus X Top Dog racing car is going to try and chase down Falling Falcon as they make their way up over Rouge and Radion, but he takes a big cut. And I think any overtake here would be leaving the track and gaining an advantage, but he is closing on the back of Falcon, and this is going to be a bit naughty from Lola, who did completely cut the track here, and he doesn't go for the overtake and stays behind Falling Falcon. That was the right thing to do, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will take you back to your team, Matteo, but thank you for having a word with us, and I look forward to seeing how your cars do in the rest of this race. I think he was in driver's beat. I don't actually know. I'll just put him in there anyways. I don't think I'll bring anyone else in for a little while, as they still have their own races to focus on, and we don't want to cause any bad luck on anybody. Although Tuna is... Oh, what's going on with Tuna? He's full throttle, but he's come to a stop on the back straight. Now he's only going 60% throttle. Something weird's happening to Tuna in the last few laps, I think, for sure. Not really sure what's going on, though. I wonder if he's going to come into the pits and... or whether he's lagging or whether something's happening. He is going to come into the pits. Not going to retire on track, that's for certain. But definitely something strange happening out there with the second Catalan racing car. And this one might not be necessarily his fault, but it's not the first time we've said that, as Jammy and C's have swapped positions once again. Oh, where is Jammy? Jammy's... Oh dear, I wonder if Jammy and C's have had it coming together. Or one of them's had a moment out there, because Jammy has suddenly lost 10 seconds to C's. And don't know if you saw anything by Harvey, but I think a tangle has happened there.
I mean, yeah, a lot of fights going on here and there. Tommy is getting really close to Train. Pretty chaotic, honestly. Really, a lot of fights, a lot of opportunities for drivers right now. In the night, in the dark. Yeah, Tommy is getting really close. Going to the first corner. Tommy going side by side.
Oh.
Oh, really close. Into the E Rouge. I mean, Train has a lot of opportunity here.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Hello, Govinda. You asked to come into the commentary box, so you can. Oh, that's my words.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'll just put it like that. As oh dear, well, another curse. Every time we pull someone into the commentary box, their drivers have a moment, and Mikelot's setting off a yellow flag there, and is actually looking to get lapped here by Kimi. So while Train and Toomey have their own little tussle, let's just make sure another backmarker doesn't snipe somebody off the podium.
Hopefully
And
not.
Kimi will be praying for all of his might that Mikelot doesn't cause a problem here. But yeah, team principal of GeForce Racing, Govinda. Are you happy with how things are going?
No.
No. Well, you've got a car down in P9 and a car down in P10, so that's understandable.
Yeah. It's very disappointing to say the least at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Black Demon was involved in that huge first couple laps shunt, and then just hasn't seemed to recover from that since.
No, I think they're struggling. We're really struggling to see right now in the dark.
All right.
Yeah, especially BD, he can't see anything right now.
What's the is that from car design, or what's the problem there?
I mean, we all mandated to have two headlights, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's just. I don't think we've ever done a race in the dark before.
Yeah, lots of yellow flags are getting triggered at the last corner, although cars aren't necessarily struggling, but I wonder if people are just struggling actually with the braking in the dark, I wonder. If that's a potential.
It's kind of difficult to find the apex before it's too late.
Before it's too late, yeah, that's perfectly understandable. But yeah, well, I mean, we were thinking the GeForce looked like a pretty decent car. I mean, you guys are definitely owed. It's a story for a lot of people here today, actually. You're all owed a lot more points than you're going to get. Yeah. I think that's for sure for Tuna. That's the story for Black Demon, for sure. Same for Toomey, same for C's as it stands at the moment. It's a very big tale of what if for a lot of you, but I guess that is racing, and we get that in endurance races.
Yeah, we're currently 4 seconds off pace compared to testing, which is really strong.
Wow. So is this testing on the in the practice sessions, or your own private testing?
Private testing.
There you go. I've heard that story from a lot of drivers then, that things are different from single player compared to multiplayer. But yeah.
Because we're running quite low downforce compared to everyone else.
Right, yeah. Well, I also heard that you needed high downforce, so that could potentially be a problem too. I mean, I've just watched Black Demon going up over Rouge and Radion, you having to lift and definitely struggling out there.
There's something wrong with the aero, I think. That needs to be improved.
Eddie, what are you hoping might still happen in this race then?
I'm hoping my drivers can really get up there, but the pace is not there to get there. So it's going to be just take it home, basically, at this point. Get some points.
Yeah. Well, best of luck for your drivers and for the rest of the race. As Falling Falcon laps his teammate Tuna, and he gets through, and the Catalans get past one another, and Lola, Tuna almost spins. We'll guess out the way for Lola as well. And yeah. What VC were you in? I'll move you back. Alright. Well, there you go. And yeah, well, interesting chat with GeForce Racing, and clearly they're not taking on the result that they want today at the moment. Black Demon has set off several yellow flags here. And oh yeah, he's gone off at turn 1. And is still struggling. Oh, I wonder if he's had a problem here. He's just making sure he can get out of the sand. Where is this actually? I thought this was turn 1. Oh, he's pulled off the road
no.
completely. Black Demon looks like he might be. Black Demon's out. He had to use his free toe. And so he's
Really
gone back to. Oh, and the safety car once again deployed way too late. Black Demon's already in the pits, but we get the intervention. So Black Demon uses his free toe. The safety car is deployed, I think, as a result of that use. And the pit lane is going to get busy now. In comes Mikalox, and all the gaps will reduce. Once again, Kimmy won't be happy, as there was no hazard on track. But that is the way things will go. I mean, look how dark it is. We can't even see anything.
To be fair, Kimi has already proven that he has the pace. He can outlap everyone.
He's actually not coming to the pits here, by the way.
I think he will on this lap.
Interesting. Well, he's going to get caught, so that would be a bit silly because he's going to lose positions. But I'm going to leave you at timing tower again. I'll be back in a moment's time.
Okay, well, certainly not the race I was expecting. Actually, a lot of chaos, a lot of safety cars, a lot more than before. I think there was already 3 safety cars. Everyone's gonna just try to go into the pits and try to be there in and out as fast as possible. Black Demon losing a lot of positions there. I mean, Black Demon is gonna stay out for sure since he got towed into the pits. So he probably changed tires and fuel potentially. Sees the next person to come into the pits after Lawler. Lawler is pulling away from the pits. Jamie is not pitting. Pretty interesting there. I think he didn't pit it for quite a long time, so I don't think that that does make a lot of sense. But yeah, everyone's just gonna get bunched up again.
I've got to say, Jamie has been on quite a long stint, so you got to wonder, not only with the safety car coming out just as he misses the pit lane, but the fact that he definitely will need to switch tyres. That's going to have quite a lot of an impact on how many positions he'll lose once the safety car queue catches up. Because you got to remember, it's a very, very long lap around Spa, so by the time that the leaders have got round to the start line, you're going to have about half the field caught up already.
Yeah, exactly. It's 7 kilometers long, so a lot of tire wear.
Thanks for that.
I think that would have been a better. Move from him to pit.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk to Nevena quickly and get the McKenna Racing Team principal win. You were on track for a. Oh, hang on. Did I put him in the right place? Did I put him in driver's B? Whoops. Get this guy in the right PC. Hello, mate. Sorry, I think I put you in the wrong VC.
Yeah, you put me in driver's B.
Nah, whoopsie. Yeah, I was going to say you were on track for a good result with C's. What happened? He seemed to collide with Rob.
There was a bit of an issue. He came on track and then Rob didn't all the CDL flags and just punted him, even though he was not the race.
Oh.
Look at the clip again.
Yeah.
See exactly what happened.
But that seems to have ruined your whole race in the end there, am I right?
Well, not quite. We're still working towards it. We're just taking it slowly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're not gonna make everything in 10 minutes. It's 2 hours. Overall.
Yeah. Well, we've got just over half an hour to go, and Kimi Dukunda has come into the pits here, so clearly confident he can re-overtake the rest of the field, and decides to come in and get a fresh set of tyres and potentially fresh set of fuel. Jamie also coming in as well. Quickly, Nevada, have you been happy with the pace Caesar's demonstrated? I mean, we've been surprised in the commentary box.
Yeah, I'm quite happy, obviously. Kind of expecting it as well. We were happy with how the car turned out. Just unfortunately, news come out, Goose has to retire now because of time. So GSAT is now part of our main drivers.
And good for him. You have a new rookie then. Yeah. Sadly, yeah, I think he got knocked out of qualifying, yeah?
Yeah, he wasn't qualifying, so he kind of was forced to not drive, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, silly
Unfortunate,
guy.
but not much that could be done. So
Yeah.
Okay, well,
crying over spilled milk.
just I think more a couple of words for you. What are your expectations for the next half an hour, maybe?
We're just to capitalize on the safety car. We were kind of hoping for quite a bit, so hopefully we can now capitalize and get back to where we were before.
All right.
Okay.
Good stuff. Well, thank you for the words, and let's hope C's can get back up into the podium place he deserved and score those big points for Michele Racing, who have really turned it around. So, lap 36 then, we've got just over half an hour to go. We've had the field bunched back up together again, and we've got Car Driver back in the lead of the race, along with Falling Falcon, then Lola, then Kimmy, who's been leading most of this and came in for a cheap pit stop along with his teammate Jamie. Tubi's in the middle of those two, and then C's Train Raider, Mikalox, Black Demon, and Tuna. As you can see, Black Demon just unlapping himself there as well. Are we predicting another crazy restart with the darkness?
I mean, yeah, totally. Kimmy's P4 now with Jamie P6 sitting really close. They have the new freshly set of tires, as everyone else, to be fair. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. I mean, I know that Kimmy is a faster driver than Lawler and Falling Falcon. So there will be some chaos, especially going through them to Car Driver. Pretty interesting restart. Tommy has second chance to be P1, potentially. Rooting for him. I think he can do it, so...
This is going to be exciting, Sean. I'm not sure when we're going to go green. Wow, it's got crazy deja vu. But,
on the topic of that, what are your thoughts on this restart? What are your predictions? What do you think?
Well, I think so safety car confirmed in this lap as well, so we'll make this one quick. Car Driver wants to pull away. We've got more quick people at the front this time. I think Lola's not going to be a huge bottleneck, neither is Toomey. Most of the slower people are towards the back, so hopefully we'll see less chaos and less drama and some more clean racing. But we'll wait for the green flag and then wait and see when Car Driver decides to leg it. The green flag is thrown. Let's keep an eye on his throttle trace, see what he decides to do. He keeps it steady, following the regulations, no harsh acceleration allowed. Waiting for the bus stop chicane, it looks like. We've got just over half an hour left in the 2 hours of Spa here. Car Driver will lead the way. The American driver driving for Kanori Motorsports, looking to pick up big points along with his teammate Toomey down in P5. Oh, and Lola has had some sort of problem there on the restart, and it's going to be Lola who tumbles down the order and rejoins as we get back underway. Car Driver leads, then Falling Falcon, who will potentially look to line up a move coming into turn one, but he's going to stick back and stay patient for now. Jamie has made his way up into P4 and is still following behind Toomey over Turi, who is promoted to P3 as a result. Lola is looking to try and recover from that, but I don't know if you saw what happened. Did he make contact with the shadow?
I have no idea. I think Lawler spun out, and that caused Kimmy to overcorrect.
Oh yeah, Kimmy involved in that as well, but Falling the Falcon is now challenging for the lead of the race. He had the slipstream off of Car Driver, and it looks like it's going to be an easy move for the Catalan racing car, who dives into Lecombe chicane first, followed by Car Driver, then Jamie, then Toomey, then Seas, and Kimmy Degunda, who you rightly said also got involved in that. We heard the crunch as there was contact between Lola and another car, and Toomey has also been overtaken by Jamie, who's all over the back of that shadow, and now Kimmy Degunda is going to send it up the inside of his open wheel rival Toomey, who slides out wide and lets the shadow racing through as a result, and now is going to be put under pressure by Seas in the background as well.
Yeah, Shadow Racing is doing an amazing job here. Jamie with the clean overtake on Toomey, and then Kimmy just punishing Toomey from his mistake. I think they're gonna catch up, you know? They have a really fast pace. And with car driving and Falling Falcon fighting for P1.
Oh, someone's on the shadow. One of the shadows
is
is off. It's Kimmy. Kimmy has gone into the wall. Kimmy has gone into the wall. Our leader, who led at least over 15 laps here at Spa. He came in for a cheap pit stop at the end. I wonder if there's big damage. There's big damage on our screens, but it looks like he's just about managing to continue. But he's crashed into the wall. He went off into the gravel, and that is disaster for Kimmy. He looked like he was on for big points. He was controlling things nicely, and that's a big wallop into the wall, and surely he's going to have to tow back to the pits here. Unbelievable. I can't believe he's done that.
I'm speechless.
Exactly, I'm speechless. He's made a huge error here. There's no other way of putting it, and he's just putting more damage onto his car. This is not getting back to the pits. He just needs to use his tow, and unfortunately he does. And Kimmy's race, he's got under half an hour now to try and make this up, but that is going to be hard. That is going to be incredibly difficult. I think he's a lap down now. That is devastating.
I'm speechless. Like, oh, and there's no safety car. Yeah, Kimmy just got really unlucky there. He spun a couple of times, so there is no safety car. And yeah, he is now complaining in the chat. So when some driver goes off, there is a safety car, but not when I go off.
That's quite unfortunate.
Kimmy is going to be really pissed.
Kimmy, of course, referring to who was it that went off? Was it Black Demon going off, resetting to the pits, and then getting a safety car, and him not getting a single one here? And while all that was happening, C's managed to overtake Toomey as well. Yeah, that's disaster for Shadow. I can't believe that. That is insane. I've got no other words for it. You said it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's jammy now. Only Shadow Racing car. Well, not only, but Kimmy is gonna have a really tough time fighting through the field. P11 is lap down. Honestly, I don't think he has any chances of winning this race anymore. At least if there is any safety cars, which are gonna be really unlikely. Jammy P7, Falling Falcon, really pretty close, 1.5 seconds to P2 for Jammy. With the fast car as Shadow, I think he has a lot of potential of winning the race.
I don't see how Kimmy can really come back from this.
Yeah. Cease and Toomey going pretty close to each other within 1 second. Into the last bus chicane, can Toomey overtake Cease? That's a real question.
He's got a pretty good run, that's for sure. So make their way down to turn one.
Line up his car.
Too far back for a send on this occasion. I think it's smarter to just wait and play the DRS game here as well. If your car can hack the slipstream in the dirty air. Arpo Rouge and Radiant. Train Raider has caused a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. I wonder if he spun at the first corner. It looks like he did. He'll drop down to P8 as a result. But let's cut back to Toomey and see if he's able to gain on C's. I think he's a bit too far back, 180 feet behind. Starting the second straight here, I don't think he's close enough for a move. And the results of that are proven. And yeah, I mean, he's staying pretty close through these corners here. Oh my goodness me! Caesar's rolled over. Caesar's had a huge shunt into the wall. And C's once again in that McKenna is upside down. And if that's not a safety car, I don't know what will be, because Mikalox and Lola will need to slow down here to make sure they do not hit the stricken Irish team. And C's has to tow to the pits. So the safety car is still not deployed. And it finally is after the tow. And so Kimmy does get rescued here as a result. But that was huge drama for C's. And another car who probably deserved to be on the podium today is most likely not going to get back on it now.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's going to pit, so he has pressure tires. So he might have a chance of bouncing off that P8 into respectable P5, I think. He has a lot of chances, at least.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, comical incident there.
Once again, C's ending up on his roof. That's the second time this has happened in this season. You know, the old saying, if I had a nickel for every time something happened, I'd have two. Which is weird that it happened twice. That's... Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I think I was a little bit off here. Safety car is quite likely to happen, as we see right now. I mean, yeah, a lot of possibilities for Jamie and Kimi. Hopefully, they are gonna end up in a more respectable position for them. What are your thoughts on fifth?
Well, let's see who comes into the pits now. We can see Falling Falcon, Toomey, Lola, and Train all take it, and that leaves Car Driver and Jamie out. So they all decide to come in and take their pit stop. And there we can see them all in the pit lane. The only reason I can think Kimi's wasn't a safety car is because he wasn't a direct hazard to anybody. Whereas, you know, C's was stranded in the middle of the road. But either way, it was a late call anyways. And, yep, so Toomey and Falling Falcon. Toomey's actually jumped Falling Falcon there. And Falling Falcon's done well to stay in front of Train. Lola's got a really long stop here. Did he speed in the pits? He did. Lola sped in the pits, so he is in his correct position there in P7 as a result of that. And yeah.
But I mean, in real life, if something like that would have happened, if somebody would have been on the roof, and then their car is just blindly going into that corner, maybe fighting and not noticing that, this is actually really scary if you think about that.
Oh, 100%. That'd be terrifying in a real life scenario. But thankfully this is just a game for our drivers.
Speaking of terrifying, Michalok's P3.
Oh wow, where's that come from?
P3. From all the drama, I guess. I mean, just hoping and praying that Michalok's will end up in a podium position. Toomey is getting pretty close. I mean, I think he's pretty unlucky with that race, with a couple of races in that terms.
Yeah, Kanori needs these points. I mean, last time we said that, they did then go on to both crash. So we just need to hope that doesn't happen. And let's just hope Jamie or Mikalox both are able to brake at Lecom and not take Car Driver out, which is... Both have had incidents with braking and at Lecom. And yes, Kimi Dekunda are waiting to be waved through and to overtake. I'm sure we'll get that in a moment's time, just like the other drivers. But for now, it's Car Driver who leads on lap 40 with just over 20 minutes to go from Jamie. Then Mikalox, then Toomey. We had a safety car because C's rolled his car while he was, I don't remember who he was even racing now, but he rolled it just at the end of Lecom. Oh, someone just made contact back there? That was, who was that? That was Train, I think, almost hitting Falcon. But then it is Falcon, then Train, then Lola, who sped in the pits and got held for a bit longer. Then Black Demon, C's, Tuna, and Kimi, who still needs to be waved through to overtake these cars and still have a chance in this race. And oh dear, look, more contact between Lola and Train there. And let's hope that wing flying off was just desync. And not any damage to anybody, actually. And I think safety car just waiting for a straight to wave by Kimi here. Or race control, I should say, just waiting for a straight. And Kimi, one to always wear his heart on his sleeve, that's for sure. Getting impatient and really frustrated by the whole ordeal. But yeah.
Crazy race, huh?
Yes, crazy race, which I was just thinking to myself, just give myself a second to process everything that we have watched, to be fair. But yeah, so we'll get another lap of the safety car, and I think that's when Kimi will be allowed to go through. I think they only do wave bys on these on the second lap, I think. I'm not sure. There's some sort of procedure about that. Safety cars, right?
I think they're doing wave bys on the last lap of the safety car.
Yeah, someone's going side by side with Kimi trying to overtake him into the safety car, didn't he? It was. There we go. As predicted, Kimi is waved through. And so he will now drive as quickly as he can and try and get round and continue to have a chance in this race. He will be kicking himself, though, about what he did. Because that was a huge blunder. And in front of, you know, tens of people watching on stream too. This is a big race for GTWC, and he made that mistake after driving flawlessly for the rest of it. And you can see he is absolutely booking it around the track and trying to make his way to the back of the field once again. Let's hope for his sake that he can, and he can get the podium or even potential race win that he deserves. But
it's gonna be crazy if he's gonna be able to bounce back to P1.
This restart will be good as well, because we got Jammy behind Car Driver. We've already seen Jammy make a couple mistakes, and we've also already seen Mikalox make a couple mistakes under braking too. So I'm just picturing a turn 1 in my head where everyone dies, right? We just see like 5 cars upside down. No, that would be
Falling Falcon turning.
what's happened?
Spun around.
Falling Falcon.
I think terrain tagged him.
More contact under safety car. These guys just can't keep their noses away from each other. What position was he meant to be in?
I think P5.
Unbelievable.
Like
well, there you go. Falling Falcon. Oh, Demon's got a drive-through penalty for overtaking at turn 11. I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh yeah, I do know. I think I've clipped that, but I didn't really get to say he was really dangerously overtaking Jammy there. Really close, just.
Right.
Yeah,
well, there you go.
I mean,
drive-through penalty issued, and I wonder if anything will be noted for Falcon being hit or hitting someone. I'm not sure. It's hard to say always with safety car contact because it could always be decent, but I think if a car spins around, then obviously something bigger has happened. Where is Kibby? He is crossing the start-finish line, so the gap. There's definitely going to be a gap, I think, but it's definitely not as big or as bad as it could be. Well, he's just got over 15 minutes to make it up. What do you think? I'm not sure about this one for Kibby Dukunda. It's going to be a tight call.
This might be a masterclass of a race. I mean, for him. I mean, okay, if you think about it,
apart from the spinning,
he really has a potential to be at least in the podium. If there's going to be another safety car, then for sure. But other than that, I don't really think that he has a slight chance of winning the race.
Yeah, there's going to be a big gap here. I reckon at least 40 seconds or so. But the green flag has been waved, so it is once again back down to Car Driver. And we've got another safety car restart here at the 2 hours of Spa. We've got just under 17 minutes to go here, and we're heading towards lap 42. We've got our former race leader who led the majority. Oh, that was almost a brake check by Jammy there. Our majority race leader down in P11, trying to catch up to the rest of the field. When will Car Driver decide to go? He puts his foot down now, and he catches Jammy off guard pretty nicely there. And I think Jammy potentially under pressure from the cars behind. It looks pretty clear for now, though, so it's going to be Car Driver, then Jammy, then Mikalox, who to me will be aiming to try and line up and get past as quickly as possible. And he has a bit of a slide out of that corner, but behind him, Train Raider had an even bigger slide, and he's actually on the gravel in the sand and gets overtaken by not one but 2 cars, and he drops down to P7 and has to slot back in front of C's. But Car Driver, then Jammy, then Mikalox, then Tsumi. And the gaps between those lot all pretty huge. And wow, Tuna having a big wiggle there. And Mikalox and Tsumi go wheel to wheel. Does Mikalox try and brave it round the outside? Tsumi will show him the door. And he just backs out of that one. And has someone gone deep in the background there? There's a car off in the runoff, I believe. I think I saw a car in the runoff, and I think it's Train Raider because he's toppling down the order. And he's now down to P9 behind Tuna from Hell. Whoa, and there's the Mikalox thing that we were talking about. Almost hitting somebody under braking. And that time it was almost a different Kanori of Tsumi over Turi. But thankfully he avoids it this time. What is wrong with Mikalox on those brakes?
Yeah, I think that's the G-Force thing now. But Jammy really close to Car Driver. He has opportunity to...
Good point.
Actually overtake him, yeah, for the race win. And in campus stage, I think.
Yeah, but well, Shadow Racing have clearly been through the walls a little bit today. From Jammy, who got tangled in a first lap incident, to now fighting for the race win once again. But as I say it, our commentators curse it, and he actually goes too wide, and he hits one of those bumps in the sand that I was talking about, where you just do not want to put your car. And a big spin for Jammy, and disaster for Shadow Racing. Once again, he has another incident, and I'm sorry for the curse, but down to P9 he topples. He's still got 14 minutes to go, and if he was able to go from last almost to first within the last 2 hours, then who knows what he can do in the next, as that was C's off in the distant and throwing a huge amount of sand up. And look at that in the distant as well. Train Raider involved in an incident. All sorts of moments happening on the safety car restart here.
Really unpleasant for Jammy. He really needed that position, but he fumbled. Oh. I mean, you know what? I believe in them. They can still recover.
Oh, Tuna from Hell goes way too deep into turn 1 as well, and C just plays him like a book there. And yep, Tuna out in the sand, and he'll now rejoin. Jammy already back up to P7. It's so on. Lap 43 then. Kimi Nikunda still. Mikalox and Toomey actually swapping positions. And Toomey is going to look to the outside of the G-Force car. Whoa, a little bit of contact, I think, there. And potentially a bit of desync. Toomey was trying it around the outside of Mikalox and just turned it a little too early. Meanwhile, Jammy and C's are also racing in the background, but they've got a bigger gap behind them than I thought. And Toomey all over the back of Mikalox. Toomey, it's not... Wait, out of nowhere, it's almost a Kanori 1-2. That would be huge points. If they pick up a 1-2 and an endurance race where you get even more points, that would rescue Kanori Motorsport's chances at fighting for this championship. And oh no, Jammy's caused another yellow. Jammy's off! Jammy's off once again! And remember, this guy used his free toe. I think he's gone too wide out on the gravel and has made a mistake. Is Jammy out? Surely Jammy is not out of this one. He's parked. Jammy's out! Jammy is out of the race! Shadow Racing... Unbelievable. He qualified so well. We had the first lap tangle, and ever since then he's been making his way up through the field. And now, once he finally made his way back up to P2, he had an incident once again. A disaster for Shadow Racing. They have thrown this race away, truly and utterly, and completely made a mistake. And there won't be a safety car because nothing really happened, I don't think. And but Shadow, yeah, I think Jammy's used his free toe, surely?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he could go out here.
Did he? I think on the first couple of laps he did use free toe.
I'm pretty sure he is out of this race. Toomey continues to hunt down Mikalox. So many storylines and so much drama, it's impossible to put enough emphasis on one single story. He's leaving the pits. Surely this isn't allowed. I swear he used his free toe. Race control's not saying anything. But Jammy continues on. I thought he was out, but here we are. So the Shadows are both still in this race. Maybe he gets 2 free toes, I'm not sure, but he 100% used his toe as Toomey and Mikalox are still racing, and this time Mikalox on the outside of Toomey. He's going to try and brave it round the outside, but Toomey reacts too late, and now the Kanori is in the wall once again, and Toomey didn't quite leave enough space and just reacted too late for that one. And now he drops back down to P6 and his hard work is undone yet again. My word. Can't we get some clean racing out here? What's happened to Train as well? Train's been also towed. Something has happened to the Dutch driver there as well. What is the state of Train's car? Oh, Train's car is in terrible condition. This should be a safety car. 100%. Because he is just crawling back to the pits here. His car is in no fit condition for driving. And there should be a safety car, 100%. His car is stricken at the chicane. If someone comes across this in the dark at full speed, he's in the middle of the road. This needs to be an intervention. He's absolutely parked here, and we can't have cars flying through and hitting him. Car driver is approaching the scene at a rapid rate here. There is no intervention from race control. Car driver will need to have his wits about him because they're leaving a Scuderia Trono stranded in the middle of the circuit here. And finally, way too late, the safety car is deployed. And there we go. 10 minutes to go. We're back together once again.
A lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
A lot to unpack here.
Shadow Racing have thrown it away, of course. Jamie's already begging for a wave by when he needs to wait, I think. I think he needs to wait another lap. But that just shows you how dire the situation is for them. Falling Falcon is in P2 because he's not stopped, I believe. Mikalox and Car Driver have come in. Who else is coming? I think Lola's coming in the background as well. I wonder if Toomey will come in, fix any potential damage, or whether he'll stay out.
Yeah, he will. Yes, he will.
Yeah, that it's another Shadow has bottled it. Simple as another Shadow has made a mistake. Completely unforced error. They were doing so well. It's unbelievable. You just can't believe it.
Exactly.
You cannot believe it.
They really need to lock in. Really need to lock in.
Kanori from going potentially on for a 1-2. It shows how much can change in these races as well. It's unbelievable. Kanori have gone from another potential, so a first potential 1-2 to P3 and P9 on the road. And Catalan are P4 and P1 out of nowhere. So they just swap all the time. All the time it is swapping.
Yeah, exactly. And CSP2 actually. I have a lot of hopes on him. He has shown a good performance. Now he just needs to really push and attack. And who knows, maybe he will win the race. That will be massive for McKenna.
Yes, he's back in the podium. This is what I'm saying. There's so much to keep track of that you miss the stuff that you were keeping track of, like Caesar's back on the podium.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think Jamie is gonna get to really hear, really unpleasant here. He really needs to get off and start catching up.
Yeah, I think he has to wait another lap though, because I think that is the procedure.
Yeah.
And Shadow Racing may feel hard done by, but I think the rules are the rules here. I'm surprised Jamie was even allowed in the first place to come out of the pit lane. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if race control's here, but can we get a clarification on how the toes work? Because I thought Jamie had already used his free toe in the first stages. I don't think we've got a response from race control on this occasion, but yeah, who knows? The race could always be watched back. Someone might report him. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I was convinced he'd used a free toe already and then was let back out of the pits. So we'll see what happens. I reckon we'll have about 5 minutes to go, if not less. This is going to be a proper sprint and a proper duel towards the end here. We might even end under the safety car if all things go bad.
A really interesting race, to say the least. I think this is the most eventful race.
Oh, the Venom race is a good point in chat. If Jamie towed on lap 1. Well, hang on a minute. I thought, okay. I don't know if this rule applies to GCWC, but in Formula 3, if you have an incident on the first lap, you get a free tow. That's the only time you're allowed to tow in Formula 3. I know in the endurance races in GCWC, you get one free tow full stop, but I've got no idea if you get that first free lap one, which would mean effectively you have two.
Let me clarify.
I've got no idea.
Yes.
I don't think that rule's written down anywhere either, so I have no idea.
Oh yeah, it is actually in the GTWC pit stop rules. 2 and 2.4 hour races, unlimited tow to pits allowed on lap 1, and 1 tow to pit allowed after 1 lap.
There you go. So Jamie is in the clear. I was going to say I don't think I think he'd throw more of a fuss if he thought he was out of the race. So there we go, confirmed. Kimi Dukunda is back up into P7 after all of that, and his teammate Jamie is waiting to be waved through by race control. And I think that should happen in just a moment's time, because that's what happened for his teammates last time around as well.
6 minutes left. We might see another safety car. Who knows?
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Jamie needs to get way through now, though. They're wasting time.
It's not over yet for Shadow Racing. I think they might, at least Kimi might be able to get a more, I'd say, a better position in terms of, he started P1, but yeah, Kimi is asking Jamie and Train needs to get waved by when.
Yeah, they do. Some sort of delay here in the process. Kimi got waved by on the start-finish straight when the safety car was last out, and he was a lap down. And poor old Jammy is suffering for no reason here, because it's now on the second straight and he's still not been let through. And politics.
I mean,
That's
why
all I
won't
can say
they?
to that one. Well, we've got an exciting race ahead of us, have we not? This is going to be
Oh yeah,
absolutely insane. Balding Falcon leads once again, reserving for Matteo Catalan today. Sees has finessed his way back up into the podium, which he lost in the opening stages of this race. Car driver is still in third and just needs to hope he doesn't get hit off. Shooter from Hell back into P4 as well, though he has shown to be struggling in the end stages of this race. Mikalox, then Black Demon, G-Force, back up into P5 and P6 out of nowhere. They got the safety cars they hoped for. I've no idea if Black Demon served his drive-through though. Then Kimi Dikunda, who led most of this race, made a mistake, unlapped himself, and is back up into P7. Then Lola, who, unfortunate for him to be honest, I've got no idea how he's ended up down there. Then Toomey, who had an incident. Then Jammy and Trade, who both need to be waved through by the safety car, but race control seems unresponsive. Lots of drama.
Yeah, with time ticking, I don't think there will be any more. Actually, you know what? The last couple of minutes are always really chaotic. We might see a really good performance from C's. I mean, who knows? He might actually win the race. P2.
That'd be hilarious. Imagine that.
Yeah.
We get a racing win the 2 hours of Spa. That's the kind of thing we would laugh about just a couple of weeks ago. But here we are. No idea what is going on here. I've not had any replies from race control from myself. I've not had any messages in the chat. You know, we'd like to see this. Exactly. We crossed the sector 3 line and there's no confirmation of the safety car ending either. So
yeah.
No idea what is going on.
There might be another lap under safety car, but this is gonna be. Why would you do another lap if it's gonna take 2 or maybe 1 minute? Well, sir, yeah, more than 2, of course, more than 2. But the race might actually end under safety car. I reckon it is a possibility.
If we don't get going now, we will, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it's going to go. Yeah. Well, that would be a big shame.
Yeah. As drivers going from the bus stop chicane, will there be green lights? Will there be safety cars still deployed?
Yeah, I'm just letting them know because we've not seen anything else. There we go. The server has waved them through.
So Jenny's really impatient about it.
Yeah, we're not going to get going again though. That's it. So it's going to be Falling Falcon, then Seas, then Car Driver, then Tuner, then Mikalox, then Black Demon. Kimi has bottled this win. Same for Jammy. Jammy's also bottled this. I think Kanori's been hard done by. They definitely could have been on for a better result with Toomey. Seas gets a brilliant podium. Fair play to him. That is brilliant. And yeah, G-Force managed to salvage some points off the big guys as well. So, but yeah, that's going to be it because we're not going to get round in another minute. And yeah,
I think there's still going to be like overtime. It cannot end like this.
I don't think so. There is no overtime in circuit racing.
Really unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, fair play. G4 is getting their first win with Falcon. Really amazing, really cool stuff. CSP2. A lot Novena saying no overtime, lads. Long like we can. Seems just trying to do something. That's really
I don't think they're going to persuade race control that easily. The rules are the rules, and it's not about the racing. It's about who's quickest and who does the best job. You don't drive for the sake of entertainment. You drive to prove who's the best and who can build the best cars. And yeah, well, look at the clock ticking down. This will be the last lap. And it's going to be pretty uniform, you have to say. It'll be Falling Falcon and Seas and Car Driver, like we said. And yeah, well, I mean, we might as well start bringing people into the box, get the results ready. But yeah, it's a shame it ends like this for sure.
Yeah, yeah. A really cool race nonetheless. A lot of action going on. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I said the G4 is gonna win. No, it's not. The Catalan Racing is gonna win.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's talk to Falling Falcon and win pretty much guaranteed for you here today. And I have to say, well, let's hope we're not speaking too soon, but congratulations.
Thank you.
How's the race been from your perspective?
Exciting and also kind of weird because I got taken out, I think, 3 or 4 times and was at the back of the field in that fight back to where I am now through a lot of crashes and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been not even just up, down, it's been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like, everybody has been everywhere. I think almost everybody's led like some part of this race or been in the top 5, so it has literally been survival of the fittest, and even the Shadows have managed to crash off and throw away an excellent result today. But yeah, well, we will talk more to you after you cross the line, and we'll get ready for the checkered flag. It's been a pretty long 2 hours, full of race interventions, qualifying shake-ups, and all other sorts of madness. But at the end, only one team and one driver can prevail. And it was Shadow Racing's to win today, but Catalan Racing snatch it away with both hands. And it's Falling Falcon who wins the 2 hours of Spa. McKenna Racing surge back up through the field and score a surprise podium. Oh wait, there's penalties. Penalties have been applied. Track limit penalties, we cannot forget those. And Seas takes the win at the end here. McKenna Racing win the 2 hours of Spa. Absolutely unbelievable. I think everybody forgot about track limit penalties. Falling Falcon falls down to P2. Mikalox gets a podium at the end. Kimi Dekunda moves back up to P4. Car Driver in P5, then P6 for Toomey. Then Black Demon, Lola, Tuna, and Jammy and Train. What a result! McKenna win their first ever race in their first ever debut for the upgrade package.
Nobody expected that.
I mean, did you remember the penalties? I didn't remember the penalties.
I don't remember that. I did
That's
not.
unbelievable. Congratulations, Seas, mate. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea how we got back from that rollout with like 25 minutes to go. But, I mean, I take it.
That's going to be a controversial one for sure, but big points scored from McKenna. You have looked on fire today, I have to say. I think no matter what happened, you deserve the podium today. And you've proven that car and driver combo was one of the best out there.
Yeah, it was mainly to Novena rebuilding a completely new car for us, because the old one was suboptimal, like 6 seconds behind P1. Today we were pretty much equal, like maybe 1-2 seconds slow on average. But I mean, race pace is something different than quali pace, obviously.
Exactly that. It's an endurance, not a sprint for once. And well, let's talk about your key moments. You were running in P3, and then what happened with Rob to start with, and then of course your barrel roll that we spectacularly caught at Le Cobb too. The only driver to go upside down twice this season.
Yeah, so the incident with Rob was primarily because I went right into the gravel and then spun. I caught the car and went it straight, and it was straight again. However, Rob didn't notice it or noticed too late and drove straight into my back.
So, taken out then by Rob, is that something you're going to report? I mean, blatant breach of yellow flags, surely.
Nah, not really, because in the end, we both were able to continue. And I had to pit anyways because my tires were at like 30%.
Alright, and then the barrel roll as well that we caught on Le Cobb, was that just simply too much curb? McKenna can't seem to get away from high suspension
No,
and
no.
ride heights.
Not too much curb, because I always take the curb like that.
So what caused it?
Because during the safety car, we had multiple people ramming into the back of me, and I lost my rear diffusers. So I had no grip on the rear, and then...
And what, that affects it that way?
Because of it. Oh yeah, like
Wow.
150 kilograms roughly.
That's insane. Well, there you go for that then. But, I mean, definitely not the result you're expecting, I imagine. But how happy are you with this? You must be very extremely pleased.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy with a P5 finish, not gonna lie, because that's how I qualified roughly. But getting a P1, I mean, even better. Can't complain.
Yeah, incredible. Like, well done. That's just a feel-good story, isn't it? It's like watching Broad GP in 2009. So,
yeah, maybe even better, like the first house podium they ever got.
Exactly. Well, congratulations on that. Very well done. And proving you were the best one out there today by not getting any track limit penalties. Well, I said let's not celebrate too early with falling Falcon, but it turns out we ended up celebrating too early. Track limit penalties coming into play afterwards. How do you feel about that?
I have no idea how I got those, because after the pit stop I did not go a single meter off track. So, yeah. No idea how that happened.
But still taking home a P2 for Catalan Racing with your teammate in a P9. Do you think you could have done better today, or...?
I mean, if I hadn't been taken out a few times, probably, but that's just racing. So...
Yep. Fair enough. Well, not much else to add apart from that, I suppose. Let's get the... well, where do I even start with Kimi Dekunda leading majority of the race, only to make a mistake towards the end and throw it all away. Start from the beginning, my friend.
Amazing start, really good pace, everything went well. I had a gap of 40 seconds. I was consistent, like the car is a beast. I was very much okay with the nighttime. It didn't bother me a single bit. Then yeah, my brake just gave up and I had no brakes. Then I had to yeah, reconnect my whole wheel because it just stopped.
Overheating, maybe?
No, it's fine. And well, the unfairness in BeamGP is you can just see it clearly. Like BD crashes, there's a safety car. Everyone from Shadow had a moment. I don't know what happened to Train Raider and Jamie. Well, Jamie hit debris. Train Raider went off, but there's no safety car. Then we do so many laps on the safety car, but it doesn't end. Very fair.
It's clearly frustrated. I mean, it's understandable. It's huge points that you two lost for the team at the end of the day.
Exactly,
I mean,
and the wave by, it's unbelievable. Why? BD or Myclox catched up, he gets the wave by. And I have to wait half a year to get it.
I think you can only do it on the second lap. I think that's procedure.
Well, that wasn't for Myclox. He got instantly wave by, then I just have to wait until the end of the lap.
Any words for your teammate? How's he feeling about it all? And we got to ask you as well, McKenna Racing winning out of nowhere.
Yeah, the penalties at the end made C's win. C's had a pretty good race, of course, with a better car now. They did pretty well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy for C's actually. He did a really good job.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you guys will bounce back and just focus on doing better next time round. I mean, you drove literally, 80% of the race completely fine. So, big gut punch for the team for sure. And yeah, I guess you guys will just work on moving on from there.
We will have to work on. This is a race to forget. But we're still looking good in the championship. Jamie sadly isn't, but I still got fastest lap before. I'm still very happy. I had a really clean race, like an actual really clean race.
Yeah. Well, aside from everything that happened, well done. Well done for having such good pace the entire time. and I'll talk to you in a minute. And yeah, well, that pretty much concludes 2 hours of Spa. What a chaotic race that was. Even for BeamGP standards, that was pretty nutty. Of course, C's coming home at the end then with the penalties to take the victory. Victory decided by track limit penalties at the end and an extended safety car period. My thanks to Veyavi for commentating that through with me. A bit boring sometimes, but pretty intense and mega at the end. Any final words from yourself?
Not really. You cannot really underestimate how good the drives were today. Of course, there were some mistakes, but I'm sure it's something that every driver works on. Yeah, I mean, I'm speechless. This race was actually peak.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, especially if you joined us for the entirety of the 2 hours. This has been round 5 of GCBC, the 2 hours of Spa. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and follow on whatever platform you're watching on. It's completely free, and if you get bored of us, you can just unsubscribe later. And yeah, thank you all for watching and sticking around. We will see you guys next time for round 6 of GCBC in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you very much all for joining us.